Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a story about what if Deku become Fushiguro Part 1. If you guys enjoy this what if and want to see Part 2, comment down below and let me know before I start. Please do support for more awesome content and leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also share this video with your friends and check out the description in my playlist. The author of the story 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗵𝗲 from WhatIf. So let's start the video. The battle of the Six Eyes had just ended with me using the inverted spear of heaven to turn off his infinity. I had landed a killing blow to him, leaving him dead on the ground, and had killed both the Jujutsu High students along with the girl. I had just completed the contract mission to kill the star plasma vessel for the star religious group, so the old man had just given me a bonus for killing the girl, which was good enough for me to say at least I was walking from the building when the sun glared right into my eyes, causing me to lift my hand to block the sun when suddenly a person was standing not too far from me. My eyes widened at the sight of the Six Eyes in front of me, smiling like a crazy beast. I couldn't believe my eyes that he was standing here right now and not dead. Hey there, it had come to my mind last second, finally realizing what was going on right now. Reverse curse technique. I said off that the brat had used RCT on himself at the last second. Exactly, he said while showing the pierce marking that I made with my combat knife, meant to be the killing blow on him to end him, but now he was at a disadvantage as of right now. Six Eyes user was babbling on about how he had finally been able to use the reverse curse technique. And the only reason why you are going to lose because you didn't use that cursed tool to stab my head. Haha. I got off when he told me I was going to lose to him, and the cursed spirit spat out the spear for me to use. I'm going to lose, huh? Our battle has just started. The Six Eyes just looked at me like I was dumb and stopped smiling. Is that right? You could right. You're so right. Dashing toward him fast, I slashed the spear at him in an upward slash, but only for the Six Eyes to dodge it effortlessly like he knew where I'd strike from. With another move, I twisted my body to where he was standing and slashed only for him to be gone. When I looked behind me was the boy holding his index and middle finger like a finger gun, and it had started to emit a red light. Knowing it was his reversal red attack, I blocked the incoming attack from him. Curse technique reversal. Red had blasted me toward a building really fast, stunning me in the process and destroying the building I was launched to. Recovering from the attack, I looked up to see him floating in the air in bliss. What a monster! Stabbing the spear into the ground, I started to stretch to check for any broken bones, but the spirit had cushioned the impact. I had stretched my arms making sure nothing was broken, and when I was done, the cursed spirit spit out the chains of 1,000 miles out of its mouth, and I snapped the chain to the end of the spear connecting it, and I looked up at the Six Eyes smiling while spinning the spear fast, breaking the ground. You're dead, I said when I spun the spear around, causing it to fly toward the Six Eyes, who dodged it as soon as it was about to hit, but I wasn't done and made the chain wrap around a pillar, making it turn around to him fast again. It was dodged. Seeing he was dodging my attacks, I was still relentlessly trying to hit him with my attacks. Throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the honored one. I was still attacking and breaking the ground, making pieces of debris hit infinity. I still was attacking him, and I had not noticed him lifting his arm in a flicking motion when I saw the tip of his finger glowing a bright purple, and finally, he flicked his fingers, and seeing the bright purple attack rip through the chains, breaking them with ease. I've twisted myself into knots for so long, all to try justify my life, but that was the moment I truly lost. My grip on the chains loosened and dropped to the ground next to the inverted spear of heaven embedded into the ground. I thought you had abandoned that pride. I thought you had chosen to live without respecting yourself or anyone else for that matter. The Six Eyes slowly floated down in front of me with a face that held no emotions and said to me, "Do you have any last word that you would like to say?" I looked at him with a faint smile. Not really. As I was about to accept my death, a flash of my son flooded my mind. With his head turned from me and shyly looked to me and away from me, my eyes widened, finally remembering my son Megumi. 2 or 3 years from now, my kid will be sold off to the Zenin clan. Do what you will with that. I looked down to the ground, my breathing finally stopping, my vision faded, and felt as if my very own soul was being ripped out of my body. Feeling that I was cold in this void, I curled up in a ball to cover myself from the coldness I was feeling right now in this dark place, and just accepted what was going to happen to me for all my sins, when all of a sudden I felt hands start to grab my naked body, pulling me towards something, as if I felt all of my bones start to snap. My organs felt like they were burning from the inside, and the scar on my lip went away. The feeling abruptly stopped as quick as it came, and a bright light emerged from the darkness with loud sounds coming from it, and felt a small body grab onto me in a tight grasp. The light was getting brighter and closed my eyes from the way it burned my eyes. Larger hands grabbed me and lifted me while the sound of crying came from me, but I wasn't crying, and it had kind of freaked me out. And finally opened my eyes to see people holding me right now. I was so confused with all that was going on right now, since I had just been killed not too long ago by the Six Eyes. I looked to the side of me and heard another cry coming from another person holding a child, and it had dawned on him what was going on. As of right now, he was reborn. And he was no longer Toji Fushiguro, it seemed. I had a different face but the same mind. Crying was all that was heard in the room, and the small family crying with joy over the one child crying. With that in mind, I had just let everything play out to find out where I was and maybe even be reborn in the same world within the next couple of days. I had learned much stuff about this place, and I knew I was no longer in a world filled with jujitsu sorcerers and cursed energy, but a place full of interesting powers called quirks. Also, my family, my father was called Toshinori Yagi, my mother was Inko Yagi, lastly was my baby sister Izumi Yagi, and I was named Izuku Yagi, which I very much hated. The years were interesting to say. At least the world was full of people playing superheroes, and villains were going around causing the heroes to stop them. Everyone went so wild to see them stop the villains. Even my sister was squealing at the heroes whenever we saw them outside. They were all disgusting. Why would anyone want to be a hero dressing up just to stop a person and cause destruction? Look at the flaming piece of trash leaving broken buildings and causing people's family members to die with his recklessness, and not even just him, it was every hero ruining stuff more than villains. But hey, they protect the weak. Can't say anything about that. It had been 3 years since the day of my rebirth, and it felt nice that our family was well off, so I was enjoying myself with money, and with our parents being all might and green esper, we had a lot of money to spend, which was the only thing I cared about with this family. I had been wandering around, exploring to see what this new world had to offer, but it was just the same as my world, but no cursed energy. As I was walking home, a villain attacked the area where I was walking around. A sharp pain on my lip was the last thing I felt, and now I was in a room with my parents standing next to my bed. My mom was crying on my father, and my sister was sleeping next to me while sobbing in her sleep. I lifted my upper body, but my mother quickly pulled me into a hug, crying to me to never leave the house without her. But again, she didn't matter to me. So long as she gave me the money, then I would gladly do what she wanted. It's just that the money she gave me wasn't enough. I wanted more. Even if I have to kill again for money, I will do it. I got up and went to the bathroom to see what the damage was, and all there was is the same old scar I had back in my old life. Damn it, the doctors told us we could leave when we wanted to, and I sure as hell wanted to leave this place as quick as we came. Mother was holding my hand in a death grip so that I would leave her again, which I felt a feeling in my stomach that I haven't felt in a long time. What was it? Was it the feeling of pity? Or was it love? So if it was, then I kind of like it. The months went by, and the scar healed pretty well. It was the same as the old one I had, but who cares right now? I am having fun with my family. The Zenins weren't like this. They only cared for power and power alone. All I hope is that this family isn't like the Zenins. In this family, I feel loved again, and I don't care about money anymore. I hope this lasts. Which was a funny way of thinking, cause right now I was getting beat by the ones I loved. My sister and her friends were all using their quirks on me. This feeling of weakness is coming back just like I was with the Zenins, screaming that I was a failure, hitting me, forcing me to do stuff I didn't want to do. My mother never looked me in the eyes anymore. There was no love in her eyes anymore for me. Father called me a disappointment and beats me like a helpless puppy on the street. I no longer felt the love I longed for. They're just like the Zen. Today was our birthday today. Izumi and I both turned, for I heard today is the day our powers will be revealed to us, and felt happy that I was about to finally have power and be accepted by the world without having to work strong, and the money I will get. We both have big smiles while driving to the quirk doctor to tell us the power we'll be getting and that our powers might be the mix of both parents' quirks. We were in a room waiting for the doctor to come with the results. About 20 minutes later, a fat doctor walked in with a mixed expression, telling me all I needed to know, that one of us will be the unlucky one. Doctor? Well, Mrs. Yagi, I have some good and bad news. Which do you want to hear? The woman looked at her kids with a worried expression and grabbed both of their hands to reassure them that she was there for them no matter what. Right. 𝗵𝗃𝗀, the good news and then the bad news, sir. Doctor? Well, it seems your daughter has what seems to be an 𝗬𝗲𝗏 kind of quirk much like yours. It seems that your daughter is going to the top with that good quirk of hers. 𝗵𝗃𝗀, you hear that, 𝗧𝗵𝗲, you have such a good quirk, honey. Doctor? This is nice, and well, let's get to the bad news. Your son is quirkless. We checked and used all the methods we could, but it was the same results. Sorry, ma'am, but any dreams that kid has of being a hero had long been shipped the day he was conceived. I felt my mother let go of my hands as quickly as she heard the word quirkless. The world felt numb as my old world. The look my old mother gave me when she found out I had zero cursed energy is the same look my mother now is giving in the front mirror and looks away from me when I look at her. The drive came to an end and we were inside waiting for our father to come home to tell the good news about my sister, but again my mother ignored me like I wasn't there at all, and it got worse when father came home. When he got home, my mother had told him the news about my sister while a happy and proud face. She said my name with a blank face, and my father's face went from happy to he came marching to me with a heavy step with each one he took and slapped me across the face with a mighty slap that sent me on the ground with a bleeding mouth from the force. He yelled and yelled for about 20 minutes, hitting, slapping, hitting, and more for about another 20 minutes. Lying on the ground with bruises all over my body and a small black eye forming, I lay there limp, taking the beats. When it was over, my father's face went to a calm one like he didn't just beat his 4-year-old son, and walked out with our family to celebrate the quirk my sister had gotten. 𝗧𝗏𝗏. Below I added some stuff to try and clear some stuff. After a while, a couple of years went and I was still doing the best I could. Even if I had the mind of a grown man, I was still a child like my past life, wishing to be something. I still wanted to be a family with them and be a hero to make my father and mother proud of me. Not a worthless human being. I don't wish to be another stepping stone for other people to reach the top, but I want to reach the top for them, to make them see me for the hero I am. I started to work out whenever I could, lifting weights with ease and going out for jogs, plus keeping up with my studies to make them see me, but all they could see was my little sister with her powerful quirk and not the stuff I did for them. I still want to be a hero for them. Even if I didn't like heroes, I'd still try for them. The days went by, beatings came and went. The days went quickly and I was getting tired of trying to impress my father and mother every day, showing them my good grades and my many medals for sports. Everything was not to their standards. They think if you didn't have a quirk, you're anything and will never be nothing. No matter, I'll try and be a hero whether they like it or not. I have to be better than their golden child. 𝗧𝗵𝗲 was nice for a while, until this day was the day I just stopped caring. 𝗧𝗏𝗏. Hey, up above this note was the change I made. 𝗧𝗵𝗲. Hey, brother, do you still want to be a hero? She asked me when walking to school like any other day with her friends, listening closely with open ears, ready to hear my answer. 𝗧𝗍𝗂. Yeah, I do. Why? Her face grew pale like she didn't want me to say that, but I didn't care. I just walked further to finally reach school and didn't hear what they planned to do for me not to be a hero. 𝗧𝗍𝗲. What do we do, guys? He doesn't have a quirk and I'm worried he will die without powers. 𝗧𝗏𝗃. We could bully him to not be a hero. 𝗪𝗱. Yeah, what 𝗧𝗏𝗃 said will be a good idea. The girl looked horrified about the plan, not agreeing with the plan to break Izuku's dreams and possibly ruin their bond as siblings, but the boys were pressuring 𝗧𝗍𝗲 to agree with them, and 𝗧𝗍𝗲 eventually caved in with the idea, still not liking it at all. That day Izuku's hell would come and kill him for sure. It started with insults, pushing, and more insults. And the more the years went by, the more ruthless the twins and my sister had gotten. They abused me every day, using their quirks on me, making me feel more powerless than I already was. The group one day dragged me into the woods to practice their quirks for the UA they all wanted to go to for high school. Boom boom ha, quirkless freak, why were you even born in this world? You reject ha, why don't you give up? You wanna be hero. Insults after insults, beatings after beatings, scream after scream. I had given up on this so-called world that only values power over life. The group walked away from me, laughing as I was bleeding and burnt. The ground was filled with blood and scorch marks. I could hear laughing far away from the group while I lay there helpless until I was about to pass out. I heard something familiar. Mommy, hug me please. Ghetto/Izuku. The cursed spirit was crawling its way toward him, saying hug me mommy over and over again, until the spirit spit out some supplies for him to patch himself up with and grabbed it with a weak feeling in his joints, but handled it nonetheless. He was finally done and was sitting against a tree controlling his breathing once again. He was not doing this to calm himself, no, this was for something different. Closing his eyes and focusing 𝗧𝗓𝗍 on his breathing, Izuku finally opened his eyes and got up his fist back and punching the tree. He sat on punching it, completely destroying the side of it and making him grin with a vicious smile, now fanning the flame of revenge against his so-called family. Izuku decided to try out hitting a rock, and with one punch he destroyed a large rock and it broke into pieces like nothing. He tied his flimsy shoes tightly, got into a running position and ran into the deep forest, testing out his stamina, and jumped, positioned himself on the tree, started to go fast, leaving only an afterimage of himself jumping from tree to tree effortlessly without any trouble. His smile came back to him, laughing while jumping from a tree and landing on the ground with ease, still laughing. Finally, now that he knew that it came with him, Izuku no Toji grabbed the soul split katana. It seems that the Heavenly Pact was still on him, and thought that was probably why he didn't get a quirk at all. Well, it didn't matter to him anymore. Soon, he'll be killing for money. Just like old times, huh, buddy? He picked up the curse and it shrank itself for him to swallow until he was ready to kill. Again the years came and gone. The beating got worse, but since I knew I had the Heavenly Pact, the beatings never hurt at all, not even the quirks hurt me anymore. It was around the 10th grade that I knew that I was ready for my first task of getting money. I searched online for underground sites for hired killers and found one. When searching TM, I need you to eliminate someone for me by tonight. The client wishes to be unknown due to not wanting to be known by you. He wishes that you kill the person as quickly as possible. No need for being stealthy at all, just shoot the person and leave for the money. Try to be done by 2:30. If done quickly you will get a nice reward, and will send info when you kill the person. END. The post I made on the site had my very first customer with a very kind amount of cash for the hit, 25 grand plus another 5 grand if the job was done quickly. I quickly got my clothes on for the job, a red sweater with black jeans, and awaited the night when I knew this family wouldn't care if I was gone. The time had come for the job, and the client wanted the job done by 2:30 or less for extra pay. If done in less time than the job time was given, the info had finally been shared to my phone and surprised me with who I was hired to kill. Name: 𝗵𝘃𝗲 quirk, acid sweat, age 43A/N. Sorry, he just doesn't matter here at all, so I just used his canon age reasons for killing. 𝗵𝘃𝗃 was stealing money from his company and had blamed on an innocent person, knowing full well that the innocent person would be sent to prison for deeds. Well, I got a job to do, uncle, so no strong feelings. I thought as I leaped from one building to another. It was already 1 o'clock when I made it to the place 𝗵𝘃𝗃 was last seen. 𝗧𝗵𝗲 better make this quick so I can get paid more, huh? Inventory curse came out of my mouth and wrapped around my body to make it easy to pull out a knife or a gun if I needed it. I ended up choosing the pistol with no silencer just to make it quick for the money. The target was walking down the street with a woman in an alleyway that was perfect for the kill. Jumping down into the alley, the curse spit out the gun I wanted and shot the girl next to him, not caring if I killed a person innocent. 𝗵𝘃𝗃 yelled in surprise to see the woman had a small hole in the middle of her forehead and looked to see his nephew had killed the girl next to him. 𝗵𝘃𝗃. Izuku, what the hell? Why did you do that? Drop the gun. He was worried about his nephew having a gun and killing a person. He was also worried that he was next. 𝗵𝘃𝗃 saw Izuku lift the gun like he was thinking about something. Izuku: well, nothing personal, uncle, but this is by. 𝗵𝘃𝗃: wait, Izuku, please don't do anything. 𝗧𝗵𝗲. A loud bang was heard in the alley and Izuku was taking a picture of his uncle's dead body for the client. Now he waited to see his money and bonus for doing the job in less time. 1:15 was the time he killed 𝗵𝘃𝗃. Walking away from the alley, he looked in the glass window to see his face. The scar and ugly-looking rat nest on his head, which disgusted him to have the same hair as his mother's and sisters. He thought of finally getting rid of this hair for the look that he had before dying. He would fix his hair tomorrow, so now that he had money, he would start to save the money he had earned to find a new house for himself with good payable rent and finally leave that god-forsaken place once and for all. I woke up to a loud sobbing coming from the living room and saw Mitsuki Bakugu crying on my mother's shoulder, telling her about the death of her husband killed by a shot to the head. The blonde woman sobbing, seeking. I just smirked at the sight. I was witnessing the total breakdown of the woman and now at the twins to suffer just as much as he did. They all didn't notice me walking out with a wide grin and finally fixed my rat nest hair so that I could finally say goodbye to this horrendous green hair of that woman. The salon was rather comfy when I made it there, and a couple came walking out greeting me with a huge smile. They asked me what I wanted and asked for my hair to be dyed and fix my hair to be flat 𝗧𝗏𝗏. I don't know much about how to get hair from Izuku's to Toji's, so I am just getting this out of my butt. Plus this is fanfiction and anything can happen when writing. It took around an hour for my hair to go from a rat nest to a pretty normal looking person with flat black hair but a bunch of bangs hanging in front of my eyes. I looked the same as in the last world, but with a small build. I paid the pink lady the money I owed her for the haircut and left a post that I was available for the next job for more money. The next few days were filled with murder, money, murder, money, murder, and so on for the next couple of years until one battle that paid a lot. It was around when he turned 16, he was in the skills of when he was in his prime, and when he died to the 6 eyes user. 𝗧𝗏𝗏. Just want to say that he will be op as to was when he didn't stop killing sorcerer, because I'm pretty sure he stopped killing after he met with his first wife and changed him. Target, 𝗬𝗧𝗏𝗏 overhaul quirk. We have seen our boss explode into BLD with the flick of wrist. Age, unknown. Reason for killing. Overhaul has killed the leader of our group and we want this F animal off our backs. Reward, 5 million plus 500,000. If you kill all his goons, extra cash will be sent. Finally someone with a higher paying job to kill this poor BSD, and if I get this money won't have to live here anymore. With that, I accepted the job and thought that the job would be easy for me. It was easy, but just some minor inconvenience that occurred during the killing spree I went on. The night shined in the bright night, the city lights bristling like 1,000 stars in the sky. Please Dawn, / please spar, bang, I don't want to die, bang, I'll give you money you want emote /. The base of Overhaul was filled with mangled corpses and guys with bullet holes in their skulls, but none of his powerful goons that had 500,000 on each of their heads, just their little lackeys that weren't worth the time. I walked down a maze of stone walls wondering if they were ever going to show up at all until the wall burst open with 3 goons in front of him getting ready to attack him. They were none other than Kendo Rappa, 𝗬𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏, and 𝗬𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏 standing in front of him. Acting cocky Kendo. Look at this little runt, I'm going to rip you apart after I'm done beating you into a BLD spot where you stand. Kendo rushed Izuku while the others were confident that Kendo would kill off the kid with one punch, but were sadly mistaken. Izuku's speed had reached its absolute peak, and blitzed next to 𝗬𝗏𝗧𝗏 with a slash to the neck, killing him instantly with one full swing of his katana. The other two were in utter shock that the boy just standing his ground teleported next to their comrade and sliced him off like butter. They both began to feel fear creeping up on them, and the boy was the prey hunting them down like the cattle they were. Screaming his lungs out with a mighty roar, Kendo swung his right arm to punch the boy and hopefully kill the brat. He just disappeared into thin air again when his fists came close to hitting him. The spot he tried to punch blew up in smoke from the debris, and as the smoke cleared, the boy was seen with a weird slug on his shoulder with a sword hilt coming from its mouth. He pulled it out, revealing a sword with white fur on the hilt on his shoulders, which when seeing the sword it gave them both a chill on their spines, like death was coming its way to them tonight. 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏, pretend the BLD ain't on him. 𝗬𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏, Kendo, this guy is dangerous. We gotta fight at the same time so that the boss can finish his work. The weird-looking guy with a mask hiding his face told Kendo, who now agreed to this, that it was either them or him. Either way, they both knew if they failed Overhaul, he would just kill them for failing, and if they both fought this guy, they would still die, so they both decided to fight with all their strength to the bitter end. 𝗬𝗏𝗧𝗏 took off his mask and ran toward Izuku, hoping to bite the guy's neck off, but failed in the end. He got backhanded by him, breaking half of his teeth and sending him flying towards the wall and hitting his neck on impact, snapping his neck, killing him instantly. Kendo stood in awe that he just killed another one of his comrades with one hit, feeling more frightened by his immense strength, which was probably stronger than any punches he pulled on someone. The guy stood there with a wicked grin on his face due to getting $1 million in less than 5 minutes, and in turn, Kendo's face grew with rage, his heart drumming like crazy at the sight of the man. His instincts told him to turn tail and live his life to the fullest, but in the end, he pushed forward. The world went silent for him. The time seemed to go slow as the man slowly got his sword ready to attack and finally end his life. Kendo didn't feel anything, but he felt empty when he slashed at him. Thud. Izuku looked at the dying man with a smirk on the ground. He started to run toward the direction the three idiots came from and found more talking on the phone with someone and worrying about the three men he had just killed without any mercy. Jumping from his spot, the three men rushed at Izuku in hopes of killing the man who broke into their hideout with ease and had made their boss very angry, killing any that got near him. 𝗳𝗄𝗪 saw an opening and rushed to deal with the final blow and end the guy, but was punched by him fast. Having seen the punch, you activated his quirk. Haha, that didn't even hurt. My skin is all crystal and it didn't even affect me. 𝗬𝗲𝗍𝗍. He rushed in again and was now fully confident that he could kill this man without any help. Pulling his crystal fist back ready to punch him, you punched his right cheek with one mighty punch. Slash. Drip. 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 The sound of water splashing down was heard in the quiet room. You looked at his arm that was gone. My arm. Why is it gone? Where did my arm go? I thought my skin was impenetrable with the crystal skin. Backing away while looking at his right arm gone, he was in disbelief that this was happening. BLD was pouring out at an alarming rate but was still in a state of shock, wondering why over and over again. My arm is 𝗓𝗧𝗏. Izuku slashed his head off with a swift swing, breaking the pillar next to him into tiny rocks. Toya ran to Izuku, clashing swords with each other, and Izuku held his ground against the man twice his age. Sparks flew from the two blades clashing. Toya, it seems you two also use sword care to test who is the better swordsman. Izuku, sure. They both jumped away, looking at one another dead in the eyes, both aiming to kill and finish the battle quickly. Toya was the first to engage in the battle with an upward slash to the chin and was parried with ease. He slashed and slashed in the most precise slashes, aiming for the insta-kill. He felt he was winning against the guy, but sadly that wasn't the case. Izuku dodged his slash perfectly and ended the battle in 3 fast slices to Toya's teach start at 132 and end at 141. BLD spraying on the floor like a broken fountain that was smashed to pieces. Rikiya paled at the sight of BLD everywhere. He was panicking at the BLD of his comrade's headless body and slashed up body. Rikiya was having what seemed to be a panic attack, breathing heavily while running and yelling for overhaul like a little child crying for his daddy. Rikiya, please, I can't die here. Overhaul, please help. Please dash. Looking down, he was stabbed in the 𝗧𝗍, bleeding and crying tears about not wanting to die there like that. Izuku, shut up, man. Izuku dashed at him, trying his best to run away from the person who killed his comrades easily, as he feared for his own life and wanted Chisaki to help him. Izuku stabbed the grown man running away from him, and as the soul split katana was lodged in his 𝗧𝗍, Izuku held his pistol to his head before shooting his head. Izuku walked down some stairs as he heard faint crying coming from a room and checked out the room to see a bed with a big lump on it, and the lump hiccuping and quietly sobbing about not wanting this anymore, which confused him. Izuku, hey, you okay in the blankets? The lump stopped shaking and went stiff hearing his voice. He was wondering who was in the bed and decided to tear off the blankets to see who it was, maybe even kill it, but was disappointed that it was a little girl. The girl had a little horn on the right side of her forehead and rags that smelt like BLD. She looked terrified, look on her face as if I was about to do something to her. Izuku, hey, it's all right, I won't hurt you, promise. She looked up at the scar on his lip and BLD all over his shirt with a slug on him snuggling his which oddly helped the girl calm down with her sobbing. What's your name, Mrs. Sir? The little girl softly spoke to him, afraid he might hurt her, which he would not. He may be a hired killer, but he isn't an animal to kill a little child, but doesn't want to expose his name to her just in case. The heroes ask for it. Izuku, well, little girl, my name is Toji Fushiguro, what's your name? He introduced him to her just to make her feel at ease, and that sure calmed her down with her shaking. My name is Eri, big brother. Toji, big brother. Eri, yes, big brother, you are my big brother now. Big brother Toji. Before he got the chance to react to it, someone walked in and Izuku quickly stabbed the person against the wall with BLD gushing from his mouth, pleaded not to be killed until Izuku twisted the blade, killing him off. Next to the guy he killed was a small creature whimpering next to him, and just shot him 3 times because how ugly he was. He decided to end this battle quickly, do a little minor inconvenience, and also not wanting to be long as it already was getting. Further down the hallway, there was a metal door reeking of even more BLD, the same as the smell on the girl's rags, and he kicked the open to see overhaul putting red like pills in a briefcase. He looked at Izuku with a massive amount of bloodlust and animosity, most likely about him killing all his goons easily or taking this girl next to him. That seemed to set him off because the girl was next to him covering herself behind Izuku, shaking more than she was in the room. Izuku, I got a job to do and I kind of wanted, so do me a favor and die already. Overhaul, you got some nerve taking my only cure to this gross world. Give her, but you vile quirked monkey. Shin. Get here now. He saw a man running to Overhaul with a black cloak to him with his hands reached for Overhaul, but Izuku was getting off over this and ran towards the running Shin with his sword ready. Slash. Shin's head rolled off his body with a thud and Izuku kicked his lifeless body away from Overhaul. The act greatly him off, sending wave after wave of spikes trying to kill him, but he was too fast for them to ever reach him. Toji evaded another flurry of attacks sent to him. Overhaul was getting even more angry at him and was yelling at him to stop moving. Overhaul saw that he stopped and saw his chance to end this all and get his cure back, but it didn't go as he planned. Toji pulled out another set of tool, which was the playful clouds, to knock back the spikes when they almost hit him. Overhaul what he did and started to feel what most of his comrades must have felt when he was threatening to kill them. It was fear. He felt fear for the first time since he was a child. Toji was afraid of him now and was going to end this. Finally wanting to end this pitiful battle, Izuku was behind him with the split soul katana, slashed his arms off, and pulled out a combat knife to stab his skull, killing once and for all. The body of Overhaul was lying lifeless on the ground, and Izuku took pictures of his dead body for confirmation that he had killed him for his money. Toji, that took longer than it had to be, but oh well, at least I'm getting all that money and one more thing to take care of before I go. Toji walked up to the girl, staring at the body of her tormentor, and crouched in front of her to not look at the mess he made. The girl was sobbing thanks to him like he was a god, which he was annoyed at, but he let it happen since she was getting experimented on for stuff. Toji, okay, kid, well I'm done here, just wait here for the heroes to find you. Bye. He started to walk out of the base, telling his client that the job was done and everyone was dead. The person on the phone was yelling in joy that his boss was avenged and that Izuku was getting another bonus for wiping out the Shy Hasaikai, which he was happy about, and thanked the old man. The girl came running out crying for him to not go and leave her. Izuku ignored her calls, ready to get out of there and not wanting to get caught by any heroes, but she was hanging on to his leg with an iron grip, not letting go until he stayed. Eri, please don't leave me, big brother Toji. Eri was crying into his, begging him to stop while he was trying to walk away from the base, which was about to be raided by cops, and he didn't want to get caught right now, about to get his $10 million. With a sigh, he stopped at the front gate and pulled her off his leg. Eri was still bawling her eyes for him. Toji, sigh here, wear this until the police and heroes come. Eri, what is his name? Toji, Toji, Megumi. He removed his inventory curse for her to wear and calm her down, which it did. The curse shrank down to fit her small frame and snuggled around her neck. With that done, Toji ran to an alley that was far from the base and waited for the curse to make its way back to him. He sure didn't want to leave the curse with her in case the heroes took it from her, and that would put even more work on him just to get it back, or the curse having to crawl its way back to him. That would probably take a week or more. Minutes later, Sir Night Eye and a couple of heroes ran to the gate of the base to find a girl with a slug on her shoulders. The loud noise woke the little girl up and scared her, and she hugged the slug tighter to protect herself and the slug from the people in front of her. The police ran inside to see what happened inside because of the tip they had gotten from a person saying there were screaming and gunshots at the house, and the police were horrified at the sight of cut-in-half bodies with faces that looked like it was still crying and some with dried-up tears on their eyes, which the police were looking at the heads with pity that had happened to them. Tsukachi was trying to talk to the girl but had no luck with the girl covering her face with the slug. That weirded him out that it had a face and looked like it was breathing again. He was still trying to ask her what happened but was still not being answered, which he got because any small child would be afraid of what had happened here with the dead body and BLD everywhere. He reached for her and was not expecting her to react to his touch, but she didn't scream for herself but for that slug. Eri, don't touch Megumi. Everyone looked at the girl screaming, wondering why she was not accepting their help, and Tsukachi pulled his hand away from the slug, not wanting to cause any more distress to her. Tsukachi, hey, don't worry. I'm not going to hurt you or Megumi, okay? I just want to help you both if that is all right. Eri looked at him cautiously in case he tried to hurt her, but she knew if Megumi got hurt, Big Brother Toji would come and hurt them too. "Eri, my name is Eri, and this is Megumi that Big Brother Toji gave me until you guys came." "Tsukachi, Big Brother Toji, who is that Eri if I may ask?" "Eri, my big brothers saved me from that scary man in the basement." That got his attention when she said the scary man in the basement, and he wondered if she knew about this attack that was now confirmed to be one. "Tsukachi, can you describe your big brother to me, Eri?" Eri looked at him and looked away like she didn't want to tell on him, and that was true. She didn't want her big brother Toji getting in trouble with these people just for saving her from overhaul. "Eri, no, I don't want big brother to get in trouble." Tsukachi was confused that she did not want to tell him about the possible suspect in the crime scene with many dead guys in the house. "Tsukachi, Eri, please, we need this so we can put away the person who did all of this." Eri looked upset with him for saying that they would put her big brother away from her, which she didn't want that to happen to Megumi and him getting taken away from him too. "Eri, Ino, go away." She yelled for them to go away. The curse started to move from her and slide to the ground to make its way back to Izuku, who was now on top of a building waiting for his curse. It took longer than it did to get to him. They all looked in disgust at the curse that it was moving and calling for its mommy, which greatly weirded them out, but 𝗧𝗍𝗍 was following it because he had a suspicion that it was going back to the person who massacred all of the Yakuza, selling an item that forcibly turned off quirk, and was kind of relieved to see that it was no longer getting made, but then again he has to bring in the person who killed all these guys. Walking into an alley, the slug stopped to look up at a person standing on the roof of the building. But before he was ready to attack, the figure disappeared in a flash in front of him. Much to his surprise, it didn't attack him but picked up the slug and saw a glimpse of the person's eyes, which were an emerald green. "Tsukachi, Night Eye, are you alright?" "Night, yeah, but the person got away with the slug, and I did see his eyes though they were green, but still didn't get anything else to know who it was." "Tsukachi, and the only one to know who it is that girl Eri, who is not telling us who he is, but the only thing that I got was his name was Toji." "Night Eye, no matter, we will figure it out and bring that Toji guy in for what he did." "Random Officer, Detective and Sir Night Eye, we have gathered all that was in the base, and with the body of overhaul, everything is ready to pack up for the report, but it seems that the bullets we were after are missing." "Tsukachi, thank Officer. You can head back now." A/N, again, I don't know much, so it will be randomly thought of so I can move on. They had gathered all of the evidence from the crime to try and help them figure out the suspect, now named Toji. Eri was in a hospital to recover from the torture overhaul had put her through and was still not giving the description of Toji. Even when they tried to force her to, she would cry and use her quirk as a defensive mechanism so they would stay away from her and her big brother Toji. Eraserhead would always turn off her quirk whenever she did, so she was in the care of Eraserhead just in case she lost control. The next day, Izuku woke up to check his bank to see if they had kept their promise for the $10 million and was happy to know that it was in there with not a single dime left out. Seeing the date, Izuku stared at it with dead eyes, hoping that he would just move out of this godforsaken hellhole already, but he needed to look for a house willing to rent out to a 16-year-old. Getting up from his single bed, he started to stretch his aching bones from lying on his bed. Izuku just wanted this day to end so he could just go out and eat instead of here, so that now he had enough of his unheard rants and got ready to head to school. The days were the same, mother not leaving a plate for him and his sister giving him the stink eye, so he just decided to skip breakfast and just went to school ready to ignore the people at school talking about him behind his back. And that was the day, just getting talked about and bullying from the twins and his sister. The day was ending when Izuku was packing his bag to leave the classroom but was shoved to the ground by an explosion that didn't hurt, but he had an act to play. "Katsuki, where do you think you are going, quirkless nerd?" "Izuku, just going home, Katsuki." "Izumi, what home? You don't even belong at my house." Izuku just sat on the ground, taking the insults they gave him with no signs of them stopping until they saw him just staying on the floor with his head down, not saying anything at all, and they all decided that it was enough. "Katsuki, I know of a way you can get a quirk, you useless piece of trash. Take a swan dive off the roof and hope you get one, but even if you did get a quirk it would still not be enough to beat us." The group walked out laughing at Izuku like he was a piece of rock they could throw around, and Izuku had enough of them and just wanted to leave forever. He just got ready to go and head home to the worst day that left him miserable. Both his and his sister's birthday was today, finally turning 17, which means today is the day he would leave the Yagis behind to free himself from them once and for all. He didn't want to go home yet, so Izuku walked around looking for a place to eat so that he wouldn't have to eat Inko's gross food. He found a place that had good ramen. Much to his delight, Izuku walked into the small ramen place without seeing a pair of blue eyes looking at him from a distance. Walking in, he saw that other people were enjoying their food and saw a seat far from the other and sat down so that he could eat in peace for once. Female waiter, welcome sir. What will you have today? Izuku, let me get the miso soup ramen with extra meat on the side and any kind of soda you think is good. OMG, he is so hot. Female waiter, oh of course sir. Will that be all? Izuku, yeah that would be all dash. Never mind, get 2 of the same order for my friend here. Female waiter, coming right up sir, you have to wait 20 minutes for them both, enjoy your stay. Izuku, you're welcome dear. So what do you want with me man? You're cool for noticing me and yeah I got some stuff to do with you. Izuku, so a job huh? What kind of job? Cause if you want to hire me to mow your lawn man then it's 40 per hour and dash. Cut the bullshit. I know who you are, Toji Fushiguro. Izuku looked at the guy with his hood up scratching his hand and saw that his skin looked gross. Izuku, so you want someone dead or brought to you alive? Chuckle, yeah something like that, but my boss kinda wants to meet you. Izuku, meet me. Nah, I don't do personal meetups, not unless I know who wants to meet me. Well, you just got to come and see who it is, who wants to meet you, Toji. Izuku, seems like you want to lure me into some trap with the way you are talking to me, or maybe they want revenge for killing someone important to them. Nah, my boss just wants to meet you, that's all and nothing else. Izuku, well I'll see what I can do if you're desperate for me to meet them and, oh while we're talking about this let's eat before we go on, I'm really hungry. Alright. Female waiter, here you gentlemen go and please enjoy it. Thanks. Izuku, yeah thanks. Both the men ate the food Izuku ordered for them and after a couple of minutes, they were done eating the food and paid the waitress with a tip from Izuku. Izuku and the guy were walking where fewer people were walking around. So are you going to meet my boss or not? Izuku, at least give me your name man. He just looked at Izuku with a somewhat annoyed face and looked away from him. It's 𝗳𝗵𝗵𝗺. Now are you going to meet him or not? Izuku, sure, just give me a location to meet and I'll be there in a week. 𝗳𝗵𝗵𝗺, there is a bar in 𝗵𝗃 Ward that is where we meet a lot and here is a card so that you get there quickly. The boss doesn't like it when people are late. Peace Toji. Izuku, yeah peace 𝗳𝗵𝗵𝗺. Izuku saw that 𝗳𝗵𝗵𝗺 was gone already and walked away from the area to not look suspicious to people walking around and walked home to his hell of a family. Making it halfway, he saw a familiar white hair walking towards his home, and it was his auntie who did not ignore him or hurt him. Izuku tapped on her shoulder, which surprised her and made her jump a bit. Ray, oh Izuku, hello sweetie, it's nice to see you, how are you doing? Izuku, hello Auntie Ray, and I'm doing good nowadays. Ray, oh my Izu, what did you do to your hair, my god? Izuku, I just wanted to change up my look a bit, you know. Ray looked at his face and saw a noticeable mark that only people get from frostburn and made an angry look that she was disappointed. Ray, is my still being a bully to you Izu? Izuku looked at the lady and thought that she didn't know like the rest, but he knew she was pretty smart, unlike the rest of his other family members. Izuku, yeah he still is. Ray, geez, and here I thought that he would be kind like Fuyumi, but he is just like his father, only caring about power and not the person. Ray Himura. Quirk, Frost status, divorced. Info, after her first son died, Ray had a mental breakdown from the loss of him and the daily beatings from her ex-husband 𝗳𝗐𝗓. She was later sent to a mental hospital due to trying to commit suicide but was later released a couple of years after being healthy enough to leave the home and was now living with her daughter in an apartment. A/N. They both live in the Canon Midoriya apartment, and yeah, I will be doing these to let you know who has all changed in this 𝗳𝗏. Izuku, enough about me, how are you and Fuyumi doing? I heard she finally got that job she wanted for a while. Ray, we are good, just doing the same stuff we normally do, and oh since it's your birthday I was making my way there to wish you a happy birthday Izu and give you a present. She said while getting a box that was wrapped in a green wrap with bunnies on it, which she always thought he looked like when he didn't dye his hair black and fixed his curly hair. Izuku grabbed the present from her with a bit of excitement from her always getting him really good stuff. Izuku opened it to see a necklace with a snowflake hanging from it and thought it was a nice gift because it was from her. Izuku, this looks nice, thanks Ray. Ray, it's no big deal Izu, put it on so that we can see if you fit it. He put on to not anger the happy-looking lady, which reminded him of his first wife in his last world. Ray, oh, it looks nice on you Izu, I'm glad that it did. Izuku, me too Andy, thanks for the gift. They both hugged each other and Ray squeezed him half to death with a motherly hug he had not gotten since he was 4. Izuku let go of her and waved goodbye to her when she said that she had to get home to do some chores. /N. Ray and someone else will have a big influence on Izuku, also should I pair him with someone? Or should this be a no-ship fic? Just let me know if you want one or not, smiley face. Izuku made it home to see some cars in the driveway, and the one he saw was a midnight purple car, which was his other auntie who cared for him, 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗵𝗲. She was protective of him and spoiled him a lot when she saw him walking home from school. He was kind of worried about seeing Tsukachi's car with night eyes next to his because he said he had seen his eyes when he last saw him in the alley next to Overhaul's base. Making his way up the stairs, he opened the door to see everyone eating and laughing about some funny joke. 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗵𝗃, 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗵𝗃, the most annoying woman he has ever met in both worlds, and Izuku tried to walk in without someone seeing, but this was not the case. Izuku, what happened to your hair? He thought he wouldn't be seen by anyone, but he knew one person that always looked out for him over the years. Looking in the corner of the living room was his other sweet auntie, yelling in surprise over his new hair change, which she was freaking out about. Izuku, hey 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗏. Izuku tried walking away from her but was swept into a tight hug by her, and his hair was ruffled by her. 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗏, hey, you look like me with your black hair. Izuku bet that you would like Izu. She was flirting with her nephew in a joking way to finally get him to blush, but was not successful with it, and she let go of him to give her present to him. 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗏, anyway Izu, here is my gift to you, my sweet little nephew. She pulled out the gift wrapped in a midnight wrap that she found funny and gave it to him with a smile. The gift was a bracelet with her real name engraved on it. She excitedly took it out to put on his left wrist, which again was flirting with him about getting married. Izuku, thank 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗏, this was a nice gift. All that was present at the table looked at the two talk the whole time, some wondering why Izuku changed his look, and the rest, like the Yagis, were eating their food, ignoring Izuku as they had been for years. Izuku, I have to get something upstairs really quick. 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗏, okay, I'll be down here if you need me. Okay Izuku. Izuku walked past everyone without batting an eye at them, but when he walked past Mirai, he looked at Izuku directly in the eyes like he was trying to figure something out just from seeing his eyes. He has the exact eyes from that night. Let's hope he doesn't figure me out quick, or I guess I'll kill everyone here. When he was up the stairs, Izuku picked up the pace to grab his clothes to leave and be gone from this place at last. He grabbed his duffel bag full of clothes he needed to wear outdoors and the normal clothes he wore to kill people. All packed up to leave the place. He remembered what he was missing, the envelope of cash for renting out a hotel until he could find a nice house for himself. Izuku then walked out of his little room that left him with no space at all for stretching and made his way downstairs to tell his family something. Izuku walked in front of the table and bowed to them. Izuku, thank you for letting me stay here, mother and father, but I have found a house for myself and I have already paid to live there now, so this is goodbye. Izuku walked to the door to put on his shoes and was pulled to whoever was grabbing him. The person who grabbed him was his mother. Inko, where are you moving to, son? And why didn't you tell us beforehand? Izuku, well, you were both too busy with your hero work and I just gave up on telling you guys about it. Inko looked shocked, and so did Toshinori. Thought he didn't know that they were heroes. Inko, what do you mean, son? We're not heroes. Izuku, come on, it's not strong to figure out that you guys are heroes, because why do we have famous heroes like our uncles and aunties, like 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗏 is Midnight and your Queen Esper, and that also father is All Might. Like, come on, it's not strong to find out your guys' faces are very were. The heroes were stunned that Izuku figured out his father and mother were top pro heroes. Izuku, well, I have to get going now, bye. 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗏, Izuku, where are you going? Izuku, I'll text you my address when I finally get to move to 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗏, see you later. He had finally walked out of that house and was now a free man from it. Izuku ran to feel the freshness he was finally smelling in a long time. The man at the counter in the lobby hotel had given his key to Izuku with a smile, telling him to have a great stay at their hotel. Unlocking the door to his room, he laid down on the big bed with a sigh, and now he was starting to think about what 𝗳𝗵𝗶 had told him a couple of hours ago. Well, 𝗧𝗵𝗲 better get ready to meet his mystery boss who wants to meet me. Might as well go to see what they want from me, but I guess since we have a week till the meeting, we just chill out until then, Izuku thought while looking outside of the window with a grin. A week had passed since the talk with 𝗳𝗵𝗶 about the meeting in a couple of hours, and was walking toward where he had to meet up with them. The outside of the place looked like a dump, but as he walked into the place, it had a nice fancy look to it, but not too fancy, and he saw a guy with a misty head cleaning cups and other people who he couldn't see sitting on a table facing away from him. "Ah, you must be our guest we sent our guy to bring to us. Welcome, Mr. Fushiguro. 𝗳𝗏𝗧𝗔𝗍. Yeah, so why did you want to meet me? You got a job for me." "Yes, we asked for your presence because the young 𝗵𝗃𝗲 wanted to meet with you today." "𝗳𝗏𝗧𝗔𝗍, so where is the young 𝗵𝗃𝗲 you are talking about?" "He is sitting on the table behind you, Mr. Fushiguro." Izuku looked behind him to see a guy with hands on his body and a couple of other people with him looking at him with curiosity. A blonde girl smiled at him with a crazy grin, and the other one was 𝗳𝗵𝗶, who was not paying attention to him at all. "So this is the famous, top-tier killer 𝗳𝗏𝗧𝗔𝗍 Fushiguro, right? Oh well, he doesn't look like much." "𝗳𝗏𝗧𝗔𝗍, who are you?" "Well, I'm the one who wanted to meet you, 𝗳𝗏𝗧𝗔𝗍. But my name is 𝗵𝗃𝗲 Shigaraki, and we are the League of Villains." "𝗳𝗏𝗧𝗔𝗍, 𝗵𝗃𝗲. I saw your name on a bounty once and was about to accept it, but it was removed the minute it was uploaded to that underground site. I could have had 20 million if I went for it." "𝗵𝗃𝗲, please, you would have died the second we met." "𝗳𝗏𝗧𝗔𝗍, if I could kill everyone in that Yakuza along with overhaul, then I doubt I would have trouble killing everyone here." "𝗳𝗵𝗶𝗏, wait, you were the one who killed that Yakuza." "𝗵𝗃𝗲, enough. I didn't call you here to brag about your killing and having all the glory to yourself. I called you here to talk about some stuff." "𝗳𝗏𝗧𝗔𝗍, so what did you want to talk about then, or is this just a trap?" "𝗵𝗃𝗲, I want you to join us and be a part of the League of Villains." "𝗳𝗏𝗧𝗔𝗍, join you? Nah, I only do jobs, not to join no one." 𝗵𝗃𝗲 looked angry that he had just been rejected and was thinking about just killing Izuku here and now, but as soon as he was about to run at him, 𝗵𝗃𝗲 stopped at a commanding voice. "𝗵𝗃𝗲, there is no need for violence, we just want to talk to young Fushiguro here." "𝗵𝗃𝗲, yes, sensei." "Izuku, now who is this?" "Well, hello, young Fushiguro, it is nice to finally meet you." "Izuku, listen, did I just come here to get asked to join you, or are you going to hire me to kill someone because I'm running out of patience right now?" "Ah, yes, it seems you don't wish to join us, right? Why is that?" "Izuku, just don't want to join people." "Alright, young Fushiguro, will respect your wishes, and I do have a job you can do for me." "Izuku, alright, what do you want done?" "𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, give young Fushiguro the details on that phone next to you." "𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, of course, 𝗵𝗃𝗲𝗏. Here you go, Mr. Fushiguro. All the details are on that phone. You can do it anytime you wish, and if you ever decide to join us, come back to this place, we will welcome you with open arms." Izuku just walked out as soon as he was done talking, which greatly annoyed 𝗵𝗃𝗲, who was now seething while aggressively scratching his neck, breaking a cup much to the annoyance of 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. "𝗵𝗃𝗲, why couldn't we kill him, 𝗵𝗃𝗲𝗏? Patience, 𝗵𝗃𝗲, sooner or later he will come ask for our help." "𝗵𝗃𝗲, alright, 𝗵𝗃𝗲𝗏." Izuku walked out of the bar back to his hotel and looked to see who he was hired to kill. He just grinned at the screen, hoping it was real, and liked how much he was willing to be paid by that man. Let's wait for a good chance for this, and then I'll go in. 3 weeks had passed since Izuku met with 𝗵𝗃𝗏 and his group of villains and the actual boss of the League of Villains, so all that was left was to find a house with the money he got from killing that Yakuza for that other gang, and Izuku was talking to a woman selling a lovely place with 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms with a basement, which he wanted to buy this for Rei and Fuyumi, since it was close to where she applied for work. And for Rei to live in an actual place instead of an old apartment for 2 people. Izuku bought the house for $150,000 plus bought new stuff for them to enjoy that only cost him about $100,000 for beds and furniture that were the best quality that he could buy for them, and everything was set for them both to move in today, which he got their landlady to kick them out today, which he was going to surprise them both with the house he bought for them. He walked up to them both on the phone with her ex-husband 𝗵𝗃 telling him about them getting kicked out, but Ray got hung up on by him, which greatly her off but was quickly washed away when Izuku walked up to them. Ray, oh Izu honey, what are you doing here? We thought you were moving. Izuku, yeah I was, but I heard you got kicked out and wanted to know if you two would want to come live with me for a while. Since you two have been kind to me, I thought it would be nice for you to come with me. Fuyumi, really 𝗂𝗏? Wouldn't we be bothered to you though? Izuku, nah, not really, but it would clear worry for you both. I don't want both of my family to be living in a gross motel or on the street. Please come live with me. Ray, WL, if you want us to, then we have no choice, thanks, sweetie. Fuyumi, yes thank you 𝗂𝗏, we will be out of there as soon as we find a house for me and my mom. Izuku, it's alright you guys, I'm just glad you took my offer. The three of them walked to his house, which was kind of far from where they last were, but it was worth it because they all made it to his house. Both the 𝗵𝗃𝗲s were amazed at the house they were looking at and wondered how Izuku had money to buy this house. Izuku, well, here we are at my house, make yourself at home. I left a lot of food in the fridge, so help yourselves to anything. There are rooms in the hallway, so pick a room you want to sleep in tonight. Ray, wow Izu, how did you get this house and how are you able to rent this out? Izuku, well, I actually bought this house so I don't pay rent at all. They were both shocked at this and how Izuku bought this house. Fuyumi, 𝗂𝗏, where did you get the money to buy this house? Izuku, I saved a lot of money and got into some stock and got a lot of money from it, so I have quite a few of money in the bank. Both Fuyumi and Ray went to explore Izuku's house and were amazed by how the house looked nice. The night went on with both of the girls cooking for Izuku since he had given them a house to live in for a while, and were now all done bathing for bed. Izuku went to a room next to Fuyumi and she walked into the room crying to him and thanking him for this, which he waved off, saying that he would do anything for them both. That caused her to cry more on his shoulders. Fuyumi went to bed after her crying session with Izuku, and he was in bed slowly dozing off until he heard a knock coming from his door and saw Ray holding a pillow close to her 𝗧𝗍 like a little kid. Ray, Izu, can you come and sleep with me? Izuku, I'm sure auntie, but can I ask why? Ray, please. Izuku, okay then come on, lead the way. She dragged him to her room and they were both lying next to each other. Izuku got comfortable on his side of the bed while Ray was on her side facing the other way from him. As Izuku was about to fall asleep again, Ray grabbed him and pulled him towards her into a hug. Ray lay there not doing anything but just hugging him. Ray, thank you Izuku. I wish that my kid were like you and not a power-hungry child like his father. I also wish that you were my kid Izuku, but luck was not always on my side. Izuku lay there not saying anything to her and let her talk about stuff that was on her 𝗧𝗍. Ray, I just wanted to say thank Izuku for letting me and Fuyumi live with you here. She hugged him even more, rubbing her cheeks on his back while she rubbed her hands on his hands that she knew he liked since he was a kid. Izuku, I too wished you were my mom, Auntie Ray, but let's get some sleep now, okay? Ray, okay Izuku, good night. There was more silence from them both while Ray thought he had fallen asleep already. Izuku, good night Ray. She cried on his back for a while until she cried herself to sleep until morning, when she slowly woke up to just herself on the bed. Izuku and her slept on. Ray went downstairs to see that someone had made breakfast for them and saw a note on the table. Good morning Ray and Fuyumi. This house isn't actually mine, but it is both of your houses that I bought for you both, along with everything in here is yours, and I'm sorry, but you won't see much of me because I have a dangerous job to do. I love you Ray and Fuyumi. Izuku. Ray and Fuyumi cried while they read the note and thanked Izuku for the house. Izuku walked away from their house with a smile, but it was replaced with a frown when he was called by the League again. With a sigh, he picked it up. 𝗬𝗓𝗧𝗏, Mr. Fushiguro, sorry to call you if you are busy, but my 𝗵𝗃𝗲 wishes to speak to you again. Toji, for the last time, I don't join groups. 𝗬𝗓𝗧𝗏, it is not about joining us. My 𝗵𝗃𝗲 wants something done and you might be the only person he wants this job to make it quick. Toji, fine, you going to warp me, cause I don't feel like walking all the way to Kamino Ward. 𝗬𝗓𝗧𝗏, of course, Mr. Fushiguro, just tell me a place to put my gate and you will be here really quick. Izuku told him the location of a back alley far from the sights of heroes and civilians' eyes. He was warped back into the bar he met with them a few weeks ago and saw that no one was there but 𝗬𝗓𝗧𝗏 cleaning out cups again. 𝗬𝗓𝗧𝗏, Mr. Fushiguro 𝗧𝗪𝗧 has been waiting, let us go to him. If you would please walk through this gate, he will be waiting. Both of them walked through the gate and saw he was in a room with wires and tubes on the ground running to a seat that someone rather large was sitting on. The figure had an expensive-looking suit, but his face was scared from his head and almost to his upper lip. The man sat in the dark with a smile. "Well, hello young Fushiguro. It was nice of you to accept this job from me, and since you are known for getting jobs done quickly, I do hope you will get this thorn on my side a quick snip that has been a pain for quite some time. Toji, so how much for this job? Sorry, what's your name?" Sorry for the late introductions, but my name is All for One. Toji, got it. So what do you need to be done? FO, I need you to kill someone. For that seems like the Hero Commission wants this person alive for her quirk. Her quirk is troublesome to me and associates, so what do you say young Fushiguro? Want in on the assassination of the 𝗧𝗵𝗲 user? Toji, sure, but how much is she worth? FO, sorry once again, but I am willing to pay $15 million for her death. Toji, any info about the job? AFO, the Hero Commission put a 3-man team to act as her bodyguards. 1 pro hero and 2 second-year students from UA High. The pro hero is Sir Night Eye and the second years are Togata Mirio and Tamaki Amajiki. Night Eye. Well, this could get interesting, Toji, so you need this done quickly. AFO, indeed, by this week when they are to be sent to the 𝗧𝗵𝗲 user to protect her. Toji, got well, I'm off to get ready for this and be back when the job is done. AFO, good luck young Fushiguro. Izuku was warped to an alley next to a mini-mart and decided to buy food for himself and to prepare for a fight against people with good quirks, but he wasn't even worried at all one bit, because if he could kill Overhaul, he could kill a pro hero and 2 UA students. Izuku walked in and went to a spot to buy drinks and snacks for his stay at the hotel. He saw a couple of girls laughing in the store. The one that looked different than the other girls was a pink girl with horns talking about a guy that asked her, but she rejected him for being a creep, and the girl next to her said her last name Yoshido, if he remembered her parents ran that barber shop he went to. Izuku, excuse me, but can I grab some stuff you ladies are standing in front of? The group looked over to Izuku, who had a skin-tight black shirt and gray sweatpants on. The girls blushed at the sight of his abs showing themselves to them. They moved off his way while looking at his arms. Ashido, hey. My name is Mino, what's yours? Izuku. Izukagi. He hated how he had to say that last name in his mouth. Mina. Izuku, that is a cute name. Mind if I call you Izzy? Izuku, sure, but I got to ask, does your family run a hair salon? Mina, yes we do. Why have you been there? Izuku, yes, your mom did a pretty good job getting rid of my old hair, and she almost fainted when I gave her the biggest tip she had ever gotten. Mina, you were the one that did that. Oh my god, thank you. Izuku, it was no problem at all. Mina, just tell your mom thanks for the hair change. Izuku grabbed all he needed and saw the group of girls walking and giggling while looking at him with blushes. He paid for his stuff, but when he did, Izuku saw the girls with a villain holding Mina at gunpoint. Villain, stay back or this ugly-looking girl gets at you here. The villain was slowly walking back from them while Mina was crying while being dragged with that man. Izuku put down his stuff and walked to them slowly with the police telling him to stop, and heroes too were yelling for him to stop, but it was useless. Villain, the F did I say stay back or I blow this beach's head off? Izuku looked at him to make him back up, which did work until the guy yelled about finally having enough of this and was about to shoot her. Mina screamed, but the gun didn't kill her. Izuku was really fast and broke his hand before he killed Mina. He grabbed the gun and punched his face, sending him on the ground with a bloody face. People were shocked by his moves because no one saw him move at all. He was so fast that his foot left a footprint in the concrete. The crowd was cheering for Izuku, who was now walking away from all the attention. Mina yelled out a tearful thanks to his figure walking in the distance. He was tired from walking to his new hotel he had gotten and walked into a tea house that looked old and decided to walk in for a quick rest. When Izuku walked in, a guy walked to the counter with a bored look. Hey, what can I get for you, sir? Izuku, green tea and that's all. Your order will be here shortly, just have a seat until then. Izuku walked to a seat, put his stuff down, and just waited for his tea until he saw an old lady walk out with his tea, also with some coffee he hadn't ordered. My, such a strong presence you have, young boy. Do you mind having a quick chat with this old lady? Izuku, sure, why not? Thank you, young man, but can I have your name by any chance? Izuku, Izuku Yagi. No, that name does not give out the great presence you have in you, my dear boy. Tell me your real name. Izuku looked confused by this and thought of saying his real name to an old lady. What would this lady do even if he gave her his real name? Izuku, Toji Fushiguro. That name only gives half of the presents you have. Please tell me your real name. There was only silence at the table. They did not speak a word. He just sighed. Izuku, Toji Zenin. Now that is the name that gives you a massive amount of power. Zenin, I came here to only tell you of a warning. You may find yourself in the future. I have seen the future with you at great odds against the people you once knew and dying in this battle, but I can change that Zenin with the help of my quirk. Toji, what do you mean with your quirk? How? I can't tell you about it yet, my dear boy, but I will say this. My quirk has been passed along with every generation since the dawn of quirks, and the power we wield has only one use, and when used the user's life is forfeited for our goal. I can help you when the time comes, dear, so what is it you want? Die a horrible death or to live? Toji didn't believe her at all when she was saying that he was going to die and decided to ask for proof. Toji, do you have proof of my death? If so, then I will accept your offer. I do have proof. Give me your hand and I will show you bits of your future. Toji gave his hand to her and saw a white light flashing in his face. He saw buildings on fire and broken with people cheering for a blonde and a green-haired girl. Finally, he is dead. That nerd wasn't even strong and died trying his best to beat us, but couldn't. Toji's lifeless eyes stared up at the clouds while everyone cheered for the two people and saw his body being dumped into a fire by people. His cursed spirit crawled its way to a girl with a horn. Toji was brought back from the dream to see the old lady smiling at him. So, young man, do you accept my offer? Toji, fine. Thank you, dearie, but before you go I do require something of you. Toji, what would that be? I need a piece of your flesh, young man, for my quirk to help you. Toji, sigh. Why do you need my skin for your quirk? It is required, Zenin, please. It is to help you. With great reluctance he complied with her. Toji grabbed the knife she gave him and cut a large piece of his skin off his shoulder. The old lady grabbed the skin and put it into a glass vial. She offered to patch him up, which he let her. You will not regret this, young Zenin, and when the time comes you will thank me for the gift. You will be given in due time. Toji, yeah, whatever you say, lady. Bye. The old lady and her grandson watched as Toji walked away from their store while she rubbed some prayer beads with a smile. /N. Big props to those who can guess the characters just now. Meanwhile, two people were talking on a call. You three are to protect this girl with your lives, do you understand? Indeed, MDM President, we will do our jobs as upcoming pro heroes and pro heroes, ma'am. HPSC President, you will start your mission in protecting this girl tomorrow at once. All the details will be sent to you, Sir Night Eye, once you leave and to see the girl to the location she will be sent to. Night Eye, of course, MDM President, we will get ready for tomorrow. Goodbye. He hung up his video chat with the HPSC President with a sigh. I don't get why they have to send these two boys on their first mission that might be strong for them. I just hope after this Toshinori will give the boy one for all, as he thought that he had a call from the man he was thinking of and picked it up. Night Eye, Toshi, nice of you to call Toshinori. Yes, Mirai, it is nice to hear from you, my dear friend, but I was calling to tell you that I have decided to make young Togata my student for him to have. You know what? Mirai, that is nice to hear, Toshi, but it will have to wait. The boy and I along with his friend have a mission from the HPSC, so it will be a week until you can start training him to be your student. Toshinori, great, I will see you later too. Later in the week. See you later, my friend. Mirai, yes, you too, Toshi. He hung up the phone with a smile, knowing his student would be a great hero to the people, but he could not stop feeling a sense of dread for the future and hoped nothing bad would happen to his student. Line break. Izuku sat in his bed with a laptop on his lap with a picture of the girl on it saying, Name, Anna Amini. Quirk, Star Plasma. Age, 17. Death due, midnight. Izuku, this should wear them down even if they are upcoming pros and a pro hero. They were trained for this, so I will make other people who are desperate for money make them lose their A game. That Togata guy seems like trouble along with that Amajiki too, but I'm mostly worried about Night Eye. With him being in the hero life for a long time, he must have some ways to take me down. So long as I can mess with his mind I can kill him and the rest. It was an early morning for everyone, people getting ready for work or school. Many rushed to make it to their train, and more just walked to school in the cool air, pondering about the life they wished to have in the near future, like wishing to be a hero like the Almighty All Might, and some wished just to have a simple life with their loved ones. Those were the thoughts of a young girl wishing to have a simple life with her friends and family, to laugh, to love, and to live, but it was not really simple growing up for this young lady when all she knew was the world was rotten. Like many heroes nowadays, even the people who she grew up with, the commission did not let her live the simple life she longed for. It was, please do this, Anna, or can you use your quirk against this person? But it was the life she only knew from the start. She never knew the life outside was filled with people wanting to have a normal life, like the green-haired boy she met at her school. Oh, how she loved how he was the only normal kid wanting peace as she wanted. The boy intrigued the girl, bullied for his quirk status by his family and friends. Still, whatever seemed to happen to him, the boy would get back up as if nothing had happened to him. But at last, she had seen the rage build up, the glares he would give the bullies, like he was one step from snapping their necks. The girl right now was thinking of the boy as of recently. She had no clue why the boy was in her mind every day, with his green hair and his smug smile with the scar on his lip. Still, she had an uneasy feeling when thinking of him. When the HPSC president had told her some heroes would be hero bodyguards to a hidden location she was being sent to for her safety, but she knew it was because of her quirk. They didn't want anything happening to her. Name, Anna 𝗵𝗃. Quirk, Star Plasma. She has the power to boost people's quirks to their limits, but has a 1 use per day cooldown, and she also can heal anyone from a molecular level. Losing an arm, she could heal it back as if it had never happened, even bring back any body part or organs with the affects of having phantom pains of the injury. Anna was done cleaning herself off and getting ready for when the heroes arrived to escort her to the facility she was being brought to. When she was done putting her school clothes on, she heard a knock on her door. She assumed it was the heroes, but when she opened the door, a man with a scar along the bridge of his nose and his face plastered with a grin. Hey! Line break. 3 people made their way to a nice-looking hotel with 2 boys talking about how school was. Mainly the blonde-haired one was doing the talking, and a tall man talking on the phone with someone. It was none other than the 3-man squad sent to protect the girl in the hotel. It was 𝗳𝗏𝗵𝗃𝗏, 𝗵𝗃𝗲, 𝗵𝗃𝗵𝗃𝗏, 𝗧𝗏𝗍𝗏, and 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗏𝗍𝗍 Sir Night-Eye. Understood, will be at the location soon enough when we have her, ma'am. Understood. Well, we just arrived, so I'll be hanging up now to see her. Night-Eye put the phone down with a sigh and looked at his student and his friend talking about school being. Warning, you may find yourself in the future. I have seen the future with you at great odds against the people you once knew and dying in this battle, but I can change that Zenin with the help of my quirk. Toji, what do you mean with your quirk? How? I can't tell you about it yet, my dear boy, but I will say this. My quirk has been passed along with every generation since the dawn of quirks, and the power we wield has only 1 use, and when used the user's life is forfeited for our goal. I can help you when the time comes, dear, so what is it you want? Die a horrible death or to live? Toji didn't believe her at all when she was saying that he was going to die and decided to ask for proof. Toji, do you have proof of my death? If so, then I will accept your offer. I do have proof. Give me your hand and I will show you bits of your future. Toji gave his hand to her and saw a white light flashing in his face. He saw buildings on fire and broken with people cheering for a blonde and a green-haired girl. Finally, he is dead. That nerd wasn't even strong and died trying his best to beat us, but couldn't. Toji's lifeless eyes stared up at the clouds while everyone cheered for the 2 people and saw his body being dumped into a fire by people. His cursed spirit crawled its way to a girl with a horn. Toji was brought back from the dream to see the old lady smiling at him. So, young man, do you accept my offer? Toji, fine. Thank you, dearie, but before you go I do require something of you. Toji, what would that be? I need a piece of your flesh, young man, for my quirk to help you. Toji, sigh. Why do you need my skin for your quirk? It is required, Zenin, please. It is to help you. With great reluctance he complied with her. Toji grabbed the knife she gave him and cut a large piece of his skin off his shoulder. The old lady grabbed the skin and put it into a glass vial. She offered to patch him up, which he let her. You will not regret this, young Zenin, and when the time comes you will thank me for the gift. You will be given in due time. Toji, yeah, whatever you say, lady. Bye. The old lady and her grandson watched as Toji walked away from their store while she rubbed some prayer beads with a smile. /N. Big props to those who can guess the characters just now. Meanwhile, Two people were talking on a call. You three are to protect this girl with your lives, do you understand? Indeed, MDM President, we will do our jobs as upcoming pro-heroes and pro-heroes, ma'am. HPSC President, you will start your mission in protecting this girl tomorrow at once. All the details will be sent to you, Sir 𝗵𝗃𝗍, once you leave and to 𝗧𝗜𝗧𝗟 the girl to the location she will be sent to. 𝗵𝗃𝗍, of course MDM President, we will get ready for tomorrow, goodbye. He hung up his video chat with the HPSC President with a sigh. I don't get why they have to send these two boys on their first mission that might be strong for them. I just hope after this 𝗧𝗪𝗧 will give the boy one for all, as he thought that he had a call from the man he was thinking of and picked it up. 𝗵𝗃𝗍, Toshi, nice of you to call 𝗧𝗪𝗧. Yes, Mirai, it is nice to hear from you, my dear friend, but I was calling to tell you that I have decided to make young 𝗳𝗏𝗃 my student for him to have, you know what. Mirai, that is nice to hear, Toshi, but it will have to wait. The boy and I along with his friend have a mission from the HPSC, so it will be a week until you can start training him to be your student. 𝗧𝗪𝗧, great, I will see you later too, later in the week, see you later, my friend. Mirai, yes, you too, Toshi. He hung up the phone with a smile, knowing his student would be a great hero to the people, but he could not stop feeling a sense of dread for the future and hoped nothing bad would happen to his student. Line break, Izuku sat in his bed with a laptop on his lap with a picture of the girl on it saying, Name, 𝗂𝗓𝗄𝗃𝗍. Quirk, star plasma. Age, 17. Death due, midnight Izuku. This should wear them down even if they are upcoming pros and a pro hero. They were trained for this, so I will make other people who are desperate for money make them lose their A game. That 𝗳𝗏𝗃 guy seems like trouble along with that 𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗁 too, but I'm mostly worried about 𝗵𝗃𝗍 with him being in the hero life for a long time. He must have some ways to take me down. So long as I can mess with his mind, I can kill him and the rest. It was an early morning for everyone, people getting ready for work or school. Many rushed to make it to their train and more just walked to school in the cool air, pondering about the life they wish to have in the near future, like wishing to be a hero like the almighty All Might, and some wish just to have a simple life with their loved ones. Those were the thoughts of a young girl wishing to have a simple life with her friends and family, to laugh, to love, and to live, but it was not really simple growing up for this young lady when all she knew was the world was rotten. Like many heroes nowadays, even the people who she grew up with, the commission did not let her live the simple life she longed for. It was, please do this, Anna, or can you use your quirk against this person? But it was the life she only knew from the start. She never knew the life outside was filled with people wanting to have a normal life, like the green-haired boy she met at her school. Oh, how she loved how he was the only normal kid wanting peace, as she wanted. The boy intrigued the girl, bullied for his quirk status by his family and friends. Still, whatever seemed to happen to him, the boy would get back up as if nothing had happened to him. But at last, she had seen the rage build up, the glares he would give the bullies, like he was one step from snapping their necks. The girl right now was thinking of the boy as of recently. She had no clue why the boy was in her mind every day, with his green hair and his smug smile with the scar on his lip. Still, she had an uneasy feeling when thinking of him. When the HPSC president had told her some heroes would be hero bodyguards to a hidden location she was being sent to for her safety, but she knew it was because of her quirk. They didn't want anything happening to her. Name, 𝗂𝗓𝗄𝗃𝗍. Quirk, star plasma. She has the power to boost people's quirks to their limits, but has a 1 use per day cooldown, and she also can heal anyone from a molecular level. Losing an arm, she could heal it back as if it had never happened, even bring back any body part or organs with the affects of having phantom pains of the injury. Anna was done cleaning herself off and getting ready for when the heroes arrived to escort her to the facility she was being brought to. When she was done putting her school clothes on, she heard a knock on her door. She assumed it was the heroes, but when she opened the door, a man with a scar along the bridge of his nose and his face plastered with a grin. Hey! Line break, 3 people made their way to a nice-looking hotel with 2 boys talking about how school was. Mainly the blonde-haired one was doing the talking, and a tall man talking on the phone with someone. It was none other than the 3-man squad sent to protect the girl in the hotel. It was 𝗳𝗏𝗃𝗍𝗄, Lemillion, Tamaki 𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗁, Sun Eater, and Mirai Sasaki, Sir 𝗵𝗃𝗍𝗄. 𝗵𝗃𝗍, understood, will be at the location soon enough when we have her, ma'am. Understood. Well, we just arrived, so I'll be hanging up now to see her. 𝗵𝗃𝗍 put the phone down with a sigh and looked at his student and his friend talking about school being HRD on them, especially their teacher Izawa, saying they were on the edge of being expelled. A/N. I forgot if they were in Izawa's class before, so if not they are going to be in his class. Mirio, hey 𝗏𝗏, when do you think we'll be done this mission? 𝗏𝗏, if all goes to plan we'll be done in 3 days or less if no one has a target on 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗫, that is nice to hear I guess. Mirio, man 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗫 you gotta stop with your stutter or else you won't get any people to scout you next sports festival. As 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗫 was about to respond to Togata, 𝗏𝗏 ordered him to go and get the girl to get to where they needed to go. Mirio, go and get the girl while me and 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗫 wait here for you guys. Togata, yes sir, be right back. He ran inside the building using his quirk to make the trip faster. When he made it to her door, the door blew off its hinges and the place filled with smoke. Togata phased through the door flying towards and ran inside the room to see the girl and a guy fighting each other for a gun on the floor. Seeing this, Togata kicked the guy of the girl with a kick strong enough to knock him out cold. Togata, are you Anna 𝗵𝗃𝗲 by any chance? Anna, yes I am, but you should already know that you creep. Togata's smile faltered at her rude remark but just brushed it off when his phone rang. Togata, hey 𝗏𝗏𝗏. 𝗏𝗏𝗏, is the girl alright? Togata. Togata, yes, she is just bruised up by a guy I knocked out. 𝗏𝗏𝗏, another person is there. Togata, that is bad, we need to head out now. There are too many unknowns as of right now, so we must find a better place to stay low for a while. Togata, got it 𝗏𝗏𝗏, on my way. With that, he hung up his phone and grabbed Anna, who was calling him a pervert, as he jumped out the window while carrying her to the ground next to where 𝗏𝗏𝗏 and 𝗏𝗏𝗏 were standing. 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏, gonna change up Mirio's quirk really quick. He can make himself float for a short amount of time while his quirk is active, but when he does use his float, he can no longer phase through objects and people hitting, so he is very unprotected when using float. Sorry if that is already true, but for the sake of the plot it must go on. MB, sad face. 𝗏𝗏𝗏, with 𝗵𝗏𝗧𝗏 and the girl here we must move in case any more problems arise. They all ran from the hotel to a more secluded area but didn't see a figure up on the roof with binoculars watching them from afar. Izuku, it's already going alright and now they are on high alert, which I want them to be. Even the 2 UA students are watching their backs. Oh well, I guess I'll wait for more low lives to try and get that money on her head, he said with a grin while walking away from the rooftop. And now the group was walking with no destination at all, but 𝗏𝗏𝗏 was on a call with the HPSC president talking about the situation right now with people after Anna, who was pouting about wanting to go to school. HPSC president, that is most concerning. 𝗏𝗏𝗏, you are going to have to get to the safe house as of now due to this situation in hand. There are too many unknowns and we don't know if she has a bounty on her head. 𝗏𝗏𝗏, yes ma'am, but we should maybe establish safe houses, they maybe know of it, and I don't want her being killed as soon as we leave her there. HPSC president, yes, I was thinking that too, so we already have a new safe house in the middle of the countryside, but to be sure we ask that you make a long detour and head to Okinawa in case they know where you are going. 𝗏𝗏𝗏, understood, we will be going now. With that out of the way, 𝗏𝗏𝗏 felt a sudden uneasiness looking at the 3 young kids yelling at each other, mostly Anna and Mirio, and felt like something bad was about to happen to them and wished that they didn't get roped into this. He had wished they were in classes right now talking about being good heroes. Still, no, they are here on this dangerous mission that is their first mission of being full-fledged heroes. 𝗏𝗏𝗏, okay, there has been a change of plans from the commission. We are to head to Okinawa to lure out any unwanted guests that are after this young lady here, and after we have dealt with them we are going to a new safe house for her to be dropped off. 𝗵𝗏𝗧𝗏, wouldn't be easy just to head to the new safe house rather than going to Okinawa. 𝗏𝗏𝗏, what have I been teaching you? 𝗵𝗏𝗧𝗏, we don't need people on our all the way to the new safe house where they could just kill her as soon as we leave her on her own. It's better if we lure the rats out sooner than later. 𝗵𝗏𝗧𝗏, 𝗵𝗏𝗧𝗏, why yes sir. 𝗏𝗏𝗏, with that out of the way we must keep a low profile now. Let us change into casual clothes. The group walked all the way to an airport where 𝗏𝗏𝗏 bought 4 first-class tickets in case they were being followed, which seemed to be they were without them noticing the person also buying the same tickets to Okinawa. Anna, I need to go bathroom sir. 𝗏𝗏𝗏, go quick, our flight leaves really quickly here. Anna ran to the bathroom in a hurry, racing to get to it but without running into someone while running, which she was really embarrassed by. Anna, oh I'm sorry sir. It's alright, do you need help? Anna, yes thanks sir. Anna had finally seen who it was that helped her, and her eyes widened at the sight of a scar on the person's lip that she kept on seeing in her dreams and thinking about the past week now. Anna, hey, what's your name, sir? It's Izuku Yagi. Can I ask what your name is too? Anna, it's Anna 𝗵𝗃. Say, can I ask you what school you go to? Izuku, went to 𝗳𝗲𝗃𝗺𝗺. Anna, I go there too. Izuku, really, so you know who I am then, right Anna? Yes but I don't mind if you're quirkless Yagi-kun. Izuku, well I guess that's nice, but if you don't mind me asking, what are you doing here? Anna, I am going to Okinawa with some friends. Izuku, nice, well I have to get to my flight, I am going to go see my soon-to-be wife. Anna, you're getting married Yagi-kun, that's nice to hear, well tell your wife I said hello and congrats. Izuku, be safe 𝗵𝗃. She heard him say while running back to the group who were now getting ready to board the shuttle that led into the plane, but without 𝗳𝗍𝗃 asking where she was. 𝗳𝗍𝗃, where were you 𝗵𝗃? Anna, I was talking to my friend, sorry sir. 𝗳𝗍𝗃, you need to be careful of who you talk to 𝗵𝗃, some people are after you, remember? Anna, yes sorry, it's that I was talking to my friend Yagi-kun. 𝗳𝗍𝗃, Yagi-kun. What's your friend's first name? Anna, Izuku, why do you know him? 𝗳𝗍𝗃, well yes I do because he is my nephew, but why is he here though? Anna, he said something about getting to meet his soon-to-be wife when I asked why he was at the airport. 𝗳𝗍𝗃, wife. That is my first time hearing about this, but no matter, his business is not ours, we need to finish this mission and get you there safely. They were now getting off the plane to rest for a while and have a bite to eat, with 𝗳𝗍𝗃 agreeing too that he was hungry and wanted to eat some food. The group spent time eating, and after they had rested for 3 days, 𝗳𝗏𝗃, 𝗵𝗃𝗃, and 𝗵𝗃 went to the aquarium to see the fish. When Anna said that she had not gone to one before, where they all saw all kinds of fish swimming in the large tank they were in, with 𝗳𝗏𝗃 laughing about the octopus looking like 𝗵𝗃𝗃. 𝗵𝗃 had fun the past 3 days, she felt at peace and almost forgot the HPSC mission. All she was doing was watching the fish go by. When a bag went over her head, she screamed for the 2 boys but heard them running to her. There were grunts and loud noises heard from outside the bag. When the noise stopped and the bag was lifted from her head to see 𝗳𝗍𝗃 telling them they had to leave now since they had defeated the last rat the group wanted, but no, without interrogate the villain who had tried to take Anna. 𝗳𝗍𝗃, alright villain, you are going to tell us who sent you, and I promise that you will have a light sentence, or if you don't you will get a bad sentence which will probably land in Tartus for upholding information. Do I make myself clear? Villain, Crystal S, so what do you want to know, sir? 𝗳𝗍𝗃, well like I said, who sent you to take this girl and why? Villain, alright, well someone wants her dead, but I don't know who because she has a bounty on her head worth $1 million, but there is a timer on the contract and it should be ending in 30 minutes, that's why everyone who got the contract band together to try and kill you guys with the girl. 𝗳𝗍𝗃, should we worry about it getting more time, and should we worry about someone far deadlier than you alleyway thugs? Villain, why yes, there is one in the underground site we use. There is one guy who is the scariest out of all of us. He goes by the name Toji Fushiguro. I don't know if you know who he was, but that Fushiguro guy killed everyone in that Yakuza a couple of months ago, and if you think I know what his quirk is, no one knows what is or who he is. Toji Fushiguro, so that is the guy that little girl was talking about that night, plus that slug thing may be his quirk, which is why he came and grabbed it when I was about to take it. We don't know much about this Toji guy other than that he is ruthless when it comes to killing and fast. That is all we got from him, so we don't know if he is strong or weak, but him killing a bunch of Yakuza shows that he's strong, so we must beware of Toji Fushiguro if we come across him at all. 𝗳𝗍𝗃, the police are here to take you away. I'll give them words that you helped out the heroes. Come you 3, we got a plane to catch soon and we don't need to be late now, come on or you're getting left behind. The 4 of them finally reached the general location of the safe house near a mountain that the HPSC told 𝗳𝗍𝗃 where the drop-off location was to take Anna. They walked into a small town that seemed to be celebrating something or someone. The group saw many children running around with sparklers. The kids were wearing a black wolf mask with a cut where the lip was, and many adults drinking to a man called the 𝗧𝗍𝗃. There were drawings of the 𝗧𝗍𝗃 with a dagger that had looked different from any other daggers. It had a 𝗧𝗃-shaped blade with another blade on the side of it. The 3 teenagers walked around the festival eating and asking who they were celebrating. They had only gotten a quick answer, not exactly telling them who was the savior of the town of corrupt heroes, which worried 𝗵𝗃𝗍 and kept him on edge when he heard the people talking about a new rookie hero he heard about was one of the many heroes trying to steal money from them but had met his end when the savior brought real justice against him. 𝗵𝗃𝗍 with the 3 others walked into a warehouse where many other people were drinking to the savior and walked to a guy who was telling a story about the savior. 𝗵𝗃𝗍, hey, we are tourists here and we were wondering about who that savior is, if you don't mind us asking. A tourist in our humble little town, we don't usually get many of you guys here at all, but yes, our savior is the one who saved us all from the corrupt heroes who wish to steal our money and force us to pay them money for protection. He came and saved us from that terrible fate one day, killing all of the heroes who were corrupt with his mighty dagger and skills. He saved us from them and asked for nothing in return. 𝗵𝗃𝗍, when did he save you all? Our savior saved us not too long ago. It had been 3 years since he freed us from the heroes. While the man was explaining who the savior was, a man walked up behind 𝗵𝗃𝗍 and grabbed her while everyone was distracted by the stories, but when the man and 𝗵𝗃𝗍 were almost out of the warehouse, 𝗵𝗃𝗍 got free and screamed for the 3 men listening to the man who was now pulling out a gun on 𝗵𝗃𝗍. Sorry, but we already know who you are, Sir 𝗵𝗃𝗍, and we will not be getting our freedom taken away from us again so easily. Everyone in the warehouse turned on their quirks, ready to kill the 4 for being heroes, and the 3 heroes started to fight back when the people rushed them. 𝗧𝗵𝗲 launched his octopus arms to push them back, which worked, and 𝗵𝗃𝗲𝗏 flew into the ground and kicked a tall guy with a shark head trying to bite, knocking him out. The 2 teamed up, beating every single one of them, while 𝗵𝗃𝗍 ran for 𝗵𝗃𝗍, who was being carried by a guy with a paper bag on his head, with 4 of the same guy were running along beside him, throwing 𝗵𝗃𝗍 to one another, confusing 𝗵𝗃𝗍 on who the real one was, and saw them stopping at another warehouse. 𝗵𝗃𝗍 rushed right in, knocking out the many clones of the guys who was not the real one. Baghead, gotta do better than that, hero. The bag-headed guy was taunting 𝗵𝗃𝗍 with them, giving him the middle fingering and calling him names. With that, 𝗵𝗃𝗍 was off. He launched at the clones fast while dodging kicks and punches from them until he found the real one and brutally throwing punches at him, knocking him out. Skip 𝗳𝗍𝗪42 and play the rest. 𝗵𝗃𝗍 untied 𝗵𝗃𝗍, who was on guard from what had just happened to her, and she was about to use her quirk on 𝗵𝗃𝗍, but his quirk was only foresight, which wouldn't work as much as Mirio's quirk or 𝗵𝗃𝗍𝗁's, with the both have them having good quirks to boost, so she had decided to wait for the 2 when they have to fight someone tougher than them. Said boys were finished knocking out everyone in the warehouse, dodging punches and quirks flying at them, but they had trained more than them, so they had come out on top and defeated everyone. Mirio grabbed his phone to get in contact with 𝗵𝗃𝗍 to tell him that they were done and wanted to know about 𝗵𝗃𝗍, if she was alright. Mirio, Sir 𝗵𝗃𝗍𝗁 and I are done here. How are you and 𝗵𝗃𝗍 doing? Do you need backup? 𝗵𝗃𝗍, it is not needed. 𝗵𝗃𝗍 is recovered, but we must get going now before any more of these saviored worshippers come for us. Mirio, okay, we coming to you both now, sir. Be there in a minute. The boys ran as quickly as they could to reach the 2 and did so without anyone coming for them. While running to them, now 𝗵𝗃𝗍𝗁 had told the 3 of them that the safe house was on top of the mountain, and so they started their walk up the stairs to the house to drop 𝗵𝗃𝗍, and their first mission was about to be complete with the next 50 stairs up. The 2 felt pride in themselves for almost being done with this strong mission. 𝗵𝗃𝗍𝗁 said that was going to be a strong task to be done even if they were in the top hero school in Japan, but now it was time to rub in 𝗵𝗃𝗍𝗁's face that it was not even strong, not one bit. The team had finally made it to the top, wiping off the sweat forming on their foreheads and smiling at the safe house, which was far, but it was there ready to have 𝗵𝗃𝗍 be delivered at, and now the 𝗵𝗃𝗍 finally called them again to inform them on what to do next. 𝗵𝗃𝗍 President, have you reached the site yet? 𝗵𝗃𝗍𝗁, 𝗵𝗃𝗍𝗁, yes we did, MDM President, we are actually walking up to it as we speak. 𝗵𝗃𝗍 President, that is really good to hear. 𝗵𝗃𝗍𝗁, you 3 have done us a great deal for 𝗵𝗃𝗍, and just to tell you that none except you 4 are in there. The 𝗵𝗃𝗍 has had help with 𝗲𝗍𝗪 incorporated with new technology. Around that mountain is an invisible dome that is able to detect anyone's quirk genes that come in at least 100 meters of the dome, and if they do we will get an alert to send heroes there, so you are good to drop her off there even if she would be alone. And before I hang up, there is a basement you can take her to. There is an elevator to the basement near the kitchen. Take and leave her there. 𝗵𝗃𝗍𝗁, got it, MDM President. She hung up on him and he put the phone back in his pocket to listen to the 3 talk about life again. Mirai felt relieved that this mission was coming to an end with no one hurt at all or a casualty. That put a smile on his face. They all were in front of the Japanese-style house with one more case of stairs to go. 𝗨𝗨𝗧𝗏, and now we are done with the mission. Congrats you two for handling yourselves rather well the past couple of days," he said with a proud smile for the both of them. 𝗵𝘃𝗀, finally now I don't have to babysit a kid now. 𝗵𝘃𝗀 had an exhausted face but showed he was joking with Anna. Anna, hey me and you both are close to the same age you pervert. 𝗵𝗃𝗲𝗁, it was nice to be with you Anna. Anna, it was fun being you three. You gave me a nice time the past few days so thank you all. 𝗨𝗨𝗧𝗏, 𝗵𝘃𝗀 you can finally relax and turn off your quirk. I knew you had it on the past few days so you can relax. No, 𝗳𝗏𝗧𝗟. Before 𝗨𝗨𝗧𝗏 could finish his sentence he saw his student's abdomen stabbed with what seemed to be a katana sticking out of him and blood dripping from the blade. What? 𝗵𝘃𝗀, no, impossible. The 𝗵𝗃𝗲 president said no one could enter the mountain unless they were going to be caught by them. 𝗵𝘃𝗀 was looking at the bloody blade stuck in his abdomen with wide eyes and looked back to see a guy with a scar on his lip. 𝗵𝘃𝗀, do I know you from somewhere? Nah, and even if you did you're dead anyways. 𝗵𝘃𝗀 remembered looking at a photo in 𝗨𝗨𝗧𝗏's office of a little kid with the same scar on his lip but with green hair but shook his head lightly and kicked him off his back towards a group of trees. 𝗵𝗃𝗲𝗁 sent a wave of his octopus arms toward the man that was 𝗵𝘃𝗀 kicked into the trees. 𝗵𝗃𝗲𝗁, 𝗵𝘃𝗀, are you alright? 𝗨𝗨𝗧𝗏, we need to get that wound checked out. 𝗵𝘃𝗀, 𝗵𝘃𝗀, nah it's good and we don't have time because it seems our guest is about to come and play again. Go and take care of Anna until I take care of this guy. I'm fine, I can manage. 𝗨𝗨𝗧𝗏, come back alive. 𝗵𝘃𝗀, I mean it. 𝗵𝘃𝗀, got it sir, meet you inside when I'm done with this guy. 𝗧𝗍𝗱, go, I got this. The three were counting on 𝗵𝘃𝗀 to win and come back alive to them but 𝗨𝗨𝗧𝗏 felt immense dread for 𝗵𝘃𝗀 and hoped he would come be to them. Back to 𝗵𝘃𝗀, he was in the middle of taking off his cape while walking to the 𝗵𝗃𝗲𝗁's octopus arms he left behind, and as he made his way there the arm started to move until a blade stuck out of it and the arm blew up with blood going all over the spot. The guy stood with chunks of the arm everywhere. The guy lifted his head up to look at 𝗵𝘃𝗀 with a cocky smile. That is a different sword he stabbed me with and that thing on his shoulders, and is this sir's nephew Izuku? Never mind that there are too many unknowns to think about. Toji, the star plasma vessel is gone. I'd hoped to take you down with that earlier attack but I guess there was a miscalculation on my part. 𝗵𝘃𝗀, the bounty was called off you idiot, so 𝗵𝗏𝗍𝗏 doesn't have that 1 million on her anymore. Go home man before you get hurt and go to jail. Toji, I was the one who took it down, you arrogant bastard. When facing people without openings like you have to first create ups and downs leading to several false goals. I had a good laugh when those lowlifes really chased you guys down to Okinawa. It that one of you heroes hadn't died. 𝗵𝘃𝗀, is that so? 𝗵𝘃𝗀 flew towards Toji really fast but ended up breaking the rock he was standing on. Damn it, he's faster than me, is that his quirk? Toji blitzed to the other rock the second 𝗵𝘃𝗀 was about to punch him. Toji put the soul-split katana back into the inventory curse's mouth and pulled out the inverted spear of heaven with a smirk. 𝗵𝘃𝗀 flew at him again with a kick at Toji's head but his leg was grabbed by him and was thrown to the three and was about to recover but again Toji had other plans. He kicked his face causing him to launch to a tree. Toji, what's wrong? Where's that cocky attitude from earlier? As he said that Toji lost track of 𝗵𝘃𝗀. He remembered his quirk last minute and was kicked by 𝗵𝘃𝗀 in the ribs that sent him flying to a flower bed filled with white roses. 𝗵𝘃𝗀, you think your little dagger is going to do something against me, man? If you knew who I was then you know what my quirk is, because if not then that dagger won't even touch me. Even if you did it won't pierce me at all. He looked in shock. Toji was not where he saw him and looked around for him when all of a sudden behind him was a swarm of black flying creatures with beaks with brains coming out of them. They look like the fly heads but just enormous. 𝗵𝘃𝗀 cringed at them, wondering what Toji was doing and thought about getting rid of the weird cross creatures until his eyes widened. 𝗵𝘃𝗀, he's after Anna. He turned around in the direction of the safe house where Anna was being taken to. 𝗵𝘃𝗀 was getting ready to fly to the house but it was already too late. Skip TO 237 and end at 3:59. As 𝗵𝘃𝗀 got stabbed in the neck by the spear of heaven he was thinking about what had just happened. Why did I get stabbed? Like all the other people who tried to stab me, it went through me like nothing, but now I get stabbed. Please, I don't want to die. The special grade tool inverted spear of heaven, its effect is to force release any active techniques, but in this case, force release any active quirk in its range. Toji, well this got my blood pumping. Thanks for this fight, 𝗵𝘃𝗀. He walked from the dying Mirio, who was tearing up, until he took one last deep breath when his bright blue eyes finally faded out with white roses around him and some bloodied from the fight. Toji walked over to the spot where he was told the elevator was and wrote it down until he saw a familiar face looking towards the hallway he assumed the other two went. Mirai was worried about Mirio and decided to wait for him near the elevator. When he heard it open, he still faced the hall where Anna and 𝗵𝗃𝗍 went to keep her safe. Night. Good job, 𝗵𝗃𝗍. Now we wait for 𝗏𝗍𝗍 and we can leave. Bang. Night. I felt a sharp pain in his 𝗧𝗍 and saw his blood start to flow out of his wound, making the spot where his wound more bloody, and fell down face forward. Toji, sorry uncle, it's nothing personal, but I need that money on that girl's head. Mirai coughed out blood and his eyes widened when he heard a familiar voice he heard many times before his nephew Izuku had shot him. Mirai. 𝗃𝗧𝗵𝗲 my b-boy, I is that 𝗃𝗧𝗵𝗲? He said, violently coughing out a concerning amount of blood, and pushed his body so he was on his back trying to look for Izuku, who now came into view of Mirai, who felt like crying. Mirai. 𝗧𝗵𝗲 sorry 𝗃𝗧𝗵𝗲, I failed you. Only if I had gotten you out of that home Izuku, I've known what Toshinori had been doing to you, but I was too consumed with Mirio having won for all and forgot about you. My boy, I'm sorry, please forgive me. His life flashed before his eyes. Hey uncle, when I'm a hero can I come and work for you? Ah, of course, my nephew. Really, thanks uncle, you are the best. He looked at this memory and cried because this was the last time he had seen his nephew smile like that and talk about heroes with him and work for him in his agency. Mirai. I'm so sorry Izuku, please forgive me. Sorry sorry sorry. He died repeating sorry to Izuku, who looked at his dead uncle with a sad look before closing his eyes and walking away to the door. Toji saw the two talking to each other about something, but right now he just wanted this job to be done and pulled up his gun and shot the girl in her temple. 𝗵𝗃𝗍𝗍 saw Anna's body fall to the floor while blood was coming out of her head. His eyes widened at the sight they had failed the mission. How is this guy here? I thought Sir Knight I would have handled him or 𝗵𝗃𝗍𝗍, but why is he here? Toji. The job is done, go home man. 𝗏𝗍𝗍𝗪. What happened to Sir Knight I and 𝗵𝗃𝗍𝗪? He said while getting his quirk ready to handle him by himself. If the two failed already, it was his duty to capture this for the HPSC. Toji. Oh well, I killed that 𝗵𝗃𝗍𝗪 brat and Knight I just now killed him. 𝗏𝗏𝗍𝗪. Is that right? Well die. 𝗏𝗏𝗍𝗪. What happened to Sir Knight I and 𝗵𝗃𝗍𝗪? Toji. Oh well, I killed that 𝗵𝗃𝗍𝗪 brat and Knight I just now killed him. 𝗏𝗏𝗍𝗪. Is that right? Well die. 𝗏𝗏𝗍𝗪 grew wings from his back and flew towards Toji. Was fast, the same speed as him, but Toji was even faster than him. Seeing 𝗏𝗏𝗪𝗪's speed, Toji realized that he had to take this seriously if he didn't want to be badly injured by him. He ran to 𝗏𝗏𝗪𝗪 to deal a killing blow, but was shot back to the many Japanese-style building that were there, and before he was launched in the air, Toji shot his pistol to 𝗏𝗏𝗪𝗪, who blocked the bullets with his octopus arms. The building roofs were broken by the attack from 𝗏𝗏𝗪𝗪. Toji recovered second as the attack hit the house and was standing in the dust while 𝗏𝗏𝗪𝗪 looked at Toji, who wasn't even hurt by him. Toji. Come on, I just want this to end. Either go home to your family or you can die here like the other three I killed. 𝗏𝗏𝗪𝗪. Shut up. I would rather die here than leave this place with my tail stuck in between my legs. Toji sighed and started to walk into the building he was in. 𝗏𝗏𝗪𝗪 saw this and he too started to walk behind him from below. Toji, I want to tell you something before anything else happens here. 𝗏𝗏𝗪𝗪, go for it before I kill you myself for killing my friend. Toji, I want to tell you about my quirks if you are curious about it. 𝗏𝗏𝗪𝗪 said nothing, but he was curious about how fast he was to recover and how he wasn't even hurt by his attack a while back. Toji, well, my abilities are that all 5 of my senses have been heightened to the max and my ability to withstand any attack, well, I guess that is a part of it. Also with my speed, that's why those 2 weren't even a challenge for me at all. 𝗏𝗏𝗪𝗪, that doesn't make sense though. If you had a quirk, how were you able to get here without being detected by the HPSC? Toji, well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to tell you, I have someone working in the HPSC giving me info and he turned off that little dome to detect quirk genes. 𝗏𝗏𝗪𝗪 saw it was a dead end where Toji was and shot his octopus arms at it where Toji last stood. Toji, there's more to this, let me finish. He was shocked at how fast Toji got to the other side of the building without making noise whatsoever. Toji, you want to know something, 𝗏𝗏𝗪𝗪 or Tamaki? You'd think it would be so fun having 2 of the top heroes as your father and mother, right? Well, you're wrong if you thought yes. Having a family who only cares about power is sickening. I lived my life in the shadows of others and I hated it. 𝗧𝗏𝗍𝗃, shut up. If you want to vent about your childhood then you can just leave because I don't want to hear it at all. 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏, sorry I got off track but you want to know how I got here without being detected by the HPSC. 𝗧𝗏𝗍𝗃, thought you said someone was working for you. 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏, nah, that was a lie to catch you off guard, so I'll tell you. I'm like the invisible man to this dome thing the commission got from 𝗳𝗠𝗧𝗏 Incorporated. It's useless for me because it can't detect me at all. I guess the commission is dumb for not thinking someone who was hired to come and kill that girl had no quirk. What, this guy has no quirk and he killed Sir Night-Eye and 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗏? 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏, I can see that shocked face you have over this, so yeah, I have no quirk at all and your friends seem to die by someone who was supposed to be weaker than all of you. This guy killed everyone without a quirk. How is that possible? 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏, you're lying, you bastard. You do have a quirk. 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏, I can assure you that I am quirkless, but I guess you never know. He said while lifting a finger to his mouth, which was wide open for him to see. That confused 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏, who was getting impatient and wanted to end this quickly. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, you see, I have a thing called a cursed spirit capable of storing objects like my cursed tools, but you would think that it would have a quirk since I can put weapons in it and the commission would be able to see it, but you don't have to say it. If the cursed spirit had a quirk then it should stop me from being the invisible man. Can't have that, so I make the cursed spirit small enough to fit inside my body. I keep it inside my stomach. After all, the organs of the invisible man are invisible to right. That's how I was able to pass through the dome without being seen at all. 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏, in the middle of explaining to 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏, threw up the cursed spirit and it started to grow in his hands until it was big enough to fit around his shoulders. They both walked next to each other, watching one another's movements in case one of them attacked. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, that's why I didn't bring out a cursed tool when I got in here. Both of them still were walking when 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 again was covered by a wall. 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 saw metal shine when 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 walked by a small cap in the wall. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, if I got that killing blow on that 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗏𝗏 guy, I could have killed him and the star plasma vs 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Enough. Quit babbling on about this. I don't know why you killed Anna, but I am going to stop you from hurting anyone else. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, it doesn't matter if you stop me because you can't and you'll die here like those three lying motionless. 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, is that so? You know, I really think you should die. As 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 said, he launched a barrage of octopus arms against 𝗏𝗏𝗏 but was blocked by him with the soul split katana and was in the air grinning like a madman while 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 opened his mouth. It was good that I trained with Nijire before all of this and swallowed her beam. Tamaki shot yellow beams at 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, who saw what he was doing and slashed them with ease while falling to the ground. 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 mixed up his move and put them together. He turned his skin into a whale shark mixed with a crocodile and shot his octopus arms at 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and thought it would do something against him, but it was all in vain because 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 had slashed his attack without breaking a sweat. Those two animals have the toughest hides in the world. How did he cut through them? 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 cut the arms in half and they came crashing down to where 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 was standing in shock. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 landed gracefully across from him when the bridge they were standing on started to fall down a hole that led somewhere in the large place. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, your quirk is called manifest, right? Worthless. 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 had decided to trap him until he could think about his next move and used the same move he used earlier. Instead of two, he used all the animals with the toughest hides to trap him in his arms and made a little dome around 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, who was thinking about what to do next and snickered at the trap that was pretty obvious 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 was doing at the moment in the dome. It was dark until a bright flash got into his eyes when multiple beams started to flash inside. His cursed spirit spit out the inverted spear of heaven and 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 grabbed it to slice his way out. When he did, 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 was behind with his mouth open and a big red energy ball forming in front of his mouth. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, it's over, give up. This might kill me, but it's a risk I'm willing to take to end this guy. The beam was finally ready to shoot at 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, who was smiling at 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 attack he was trying to do. Times 100. Falcon Blast A/N. If you're wondering, I kind of changed his quirk a bit. Any animal he can think of, Tamaki can change any part of his body to it with just a thought, plus he can eat any quirk that's shot at him but can't with strength quirks. As he shot the beam, it severely burned his whole mouth to the point it was as black as charcoal. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 saw it come at him fast last second. The falling building blew up with a flash that blinded both of the men and the building crashed to the ground. Tamaki looked around for 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 to see if he had gotten him or not, but it seemed that Tamaki was the victor of the fight. As the smoke cleared, Toji wasn't in the last place he last remembered he was before the blast. Tamaki felt happy that he had avenged his fallen comrades and Anna, who deserved a better life rather than one filled with grief and pain. She should have lived to see the world one last time, but Toji had to come and ruin that for her. She cried knowing that she would not be able to live free anymore. Anna wanted a life filled with joy, laughter, sadness, and grief for the loved ones that would eventually pass one to the other, but she would live life to the fullest without anyone ordering her around to heal their son's lost arms or heal their bodies. He felt sad knowing Anna died crying and not dying with a smile in a warm cozy bed, but she had died on the cold strong floor. Tamaki limped to a door that most likely led outside and hoped to call the HPSC for help to recover his friend's body. He just wanted this to end and go back to his family, especially since his little sister's birthday was in 4 days. He imagined himself holding his 6-year-old sister and asking about his training at UA, his little family of 4 living happily, and his 4 younger siblings all waiting for him at home, his little brother showing his quirk, little sister playing with her toys he got her, little sister talking about a boy she liked, and his 1-month little sis. Hey! Tamaki turned around fast to see Toji smiling at him with a smile that shook him to his core. He saw the slug thing spit out a hilt and Toji grabbed it fast out of its mouth, and in a flash Tamaki felt a sharp pain in his eye. Looking down as he fell backward to the ground, saw blood gushing out of his eye at an alarming rate. Skip TO 225 and end at 237. Toji, that attack almost got me. If it wasn't for my speed I would have been dead by your little attack. You remind me of someone. Toji shook his head remembering his own last moments fighting the Six Eyes brat. Toji, anyway sorry man, but I gave you a chance to leave and you didn't, so sorry it had to be this way. Maki Amajiki Tamaki. Cough please cough. And my family. Toji looked at him with a stoic face watching Tamaki struggle to breathe with probably burnt lungs and 2 slashes to his eye. Toji, sigh, I'll send them something. Alright, you were probably the first to give me a challenge for a while, Sun Eater. Tamaki looked at Toji's face relieved knowing that his family would be alright even without their son and older brother to watch them grow into lovely people. His eye was getting slow by the second, and within the next few seconds he looked towards the roof. Tamaki, is that rain? He said, amazed that it was raining. Toji looked at the boy with a sigh and walked away from the now dead Tamaki. He made it back to the body of Anna Amani, who was lying motionlessly on the ground in her BLD. Toji snapped a picture of her corpse to show AFO that the job was done. Finally, the job was done. After killing the 4 of them, he wanted to leave before someone at the commission realized that something was wrong. Toji was about to leave the place when he heard multiple people running towards him. You there, freeze. You are under arrest for the murder of 3 heroes and a civilian. Put that phone down and put your hands up, villain. Toji looked behind him to see the pro hero, Crust, there with a lot of what seemed to be rookie heroes the commission sent to this place. Toji was about to kill them all until black goo started to erupt from his mouth, which kind of worried him that the heroes already got him with their quirk. It was dark where he was until he heard the voice of All for One. FO, it seems that we may have a traitor, young Fushiguro. My apologies. Toji, the hell was that gross? FO, that was my quirk. You can rest easy, young Fushiguro, you are safe here at the base for the League of Villains. Toji, thanks for the save, but what do you mean you have a traitor, someone rat about who I was going to kill? AFO, yes, you are correct to assume that. Toji, I knew not to trust you guys, maybe I'll just kill you all. He said while the cursed spirit spits the spear for him to use. FO, now young Fushiguro, please, that was an honest mistake on my part and it will be settled soon. As an apology, I have put an extra 5 million in your contract and I make sure you get home with Kurogiri's warp. Toji looked at AFO with a glare that promised death, and AFO for the first time in all his life felt a shiver go down his spine since the battle he had with the second user of his little brother's quirk. Toji walked inside the warp gate, putting away the spear along with the cursed spirit, and the warp gate finally closed with AFO smiling wickedly where he last saw Toji and started to laugh with excitement. FO, haha, just who are you? Toji Fushiguro no has ever looked at me with a glare and was not scared of me, haha, not since that 𝗵𝗃 right before I snapped his neck. FO remembered the weapon Toji had that gave him the chills even thinking about and was fascinated by it. Toji walked out of the warp gate near the house he bought for Rei and Fuyumi. Toji walked away from the place but was stopped by 2 hands on his shoulders. Where do you think you are going? Mr. Izuku looked behind him to see the three women standing there with a small glare and not happy at all with him it seemed. 𝗵𝗃, hi Izuku. Want to explain why you haven't called or texted anymore for a couple of months when you promised, huh? Izuku, oh hi 𝗵𝗃, it's just that I was busy with work-related stuff and yeah just busy. He was whacked in the head by her and was grabbed by the hem of his shirt. While the two girls Rei and Fuyumi giggle at his misfortunate, she dragged him to the girl's house and is dropped in the tub by her because she says he smelt like old squid that was left out on the ground for a week. He bathed himself until he was clean as a baby when he was grabbed again by his hair and was plopped down in a chair. Izuku was about to say something when food was stuffed into his mouth that kept on coming until he was full by all the food that they had made for him. The women talked while he just sat down looking at them talk about women's stuff that he didn't need to hear at all when he heard everyone stop and look at him. Rei, you okay honey? You seem quiet over there. Fuyumi, yes Iken, you okay? 'Cause you seem tired. 𝗵𝗃, are you okay Izu? Do you need to go to the hospital? Because I'll get recovery girl here for you. Izuku, yes I'm fine. I'm just tired, that's all. Work was exhausting. Izuku looked at his phone when it buzzed to see that his money was sent, which he was happy about. Rei, what's wrong Izu? Izuku, nothing Auntie Rei, just that my boss sent me my money. 𝗵𝗃, oh how much did you get? Izuku, just a couple thousand, that's all. Anyway, I'm tired. 𝗵𝗃 hit the hey you girls good night. Izuku got up and walked up the stairs to his room that the girls set up for him when he came to stay. They had told him and laid down thinking about Night Eye or his uncle Mirai and Tamaki. He just shook his and decided not to think about anymore to fall asleep, but that was interrupted by the door opening up to 𝗵𝗃 standing by the door frame looking sad. 𝗵𝗃, can I come and sleep with you Izu? Izuku, sure Auntie. She grabbed the blankets to cover up with him and she hugged his back while sniffling. Izuku, what's wrong 𝗵𝗃? 𝗵𝗃, it's just that you haven't called me since you moved out of your parents' house and I was worried about all this time. Izuku, sorry but I was too busy with work, I'll make it up to you next weekend alright. 𝗵𝗃, okay. /N, get your mind out of the gutter fools. Love ya though, smiley face. They both fell asleep but 𝗵𝗃 kept on grabbing him every time he moved to hug him tighter. It was morning when he found himself alone in the bed when Fuyumi came to get him for breakfast. Line break, a man was walking to a desk with a grim face and sighed at the computer he was at. He was not too pleased at all with what had been happening these past months and his workload had been filled to the max since then. The man started to type on his computer Sir Night Eye aka Mirai Sasaki. Kia, death, gun wound to the 𝗧𝗵𝗲 aka Togata Mirio. Kia, death. Stab to the neck along with 4 stabs to the thigh and a long slash on the 𝗧𝗍 along with a stab to the skull with a blade. Sunder 𝗧𝗵𝗃, 2 X-like slashes to the 𝗧𝗍 and a burnt mouth. Code, 𝗲𝗵𝗃, Kia, gunshot wound to the head. Mission failed, due to target elimination. Party failed to escort target safely to the designation spot of choice. Shield Incorporated Tech failed. Request immediate checkup for device for any traces of sabotage. Pending. Interrogate all employees for possible spies. Assailant, not found. Assailant, not identified. Assailant, escaped. UA's principal requests that no more of his students are to be sent off to mission from the HPSC at all. Under no circumstances. Request accepted. Money sent for the family's funerals. Togata family, $150,000 𝗵𝗃 family, $150,000 Sasaki family, $150,000 Sen. The man hit Sen stood up and walked out the door. There waiting was Hawks looking on edge but had a friendly smile that he knew was fake. Hawk, alright. Akira, it's your turn for interrogation. Come and follow me to where we need to go. Akira, alright, lead the way Hawks. Line break, All Might aka Toshinori Yagi was watching the television with his family when it suddenly to the news and it worried him if something happened. Sorry for the interruption but we are here to break some sad news folks. Today we have confirmation that 2 UA students who won last year's sports festival along with Sir Night Eye have been found dead this week by an unknown villain. The locals whom 𝗧𝗏𝗍 had kept safe from villains have gathered outside his agency to honor the fallen hero along with his young student 𝗵𝗃𝗻 with his friend 𝗧𝗏𝗏 was in shock that his dear friend was killed along with his soon-to-be student for one for all. His wife and daughter were crying at the information that was told to them that their friend/uncle was killed. 𝗧𝗏𝗏 cried knowing that his friend had died before him and vowed to find this unknown villain for him and bring him to justice. 𝗵𝗃𝗍, it's a shame really that two of my best students were killed. Izawa was livid by this and was gripping his scarf so strong that was cutting his palm. He didn't want his students going in the first place, but the 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗍 insisted on it. If it wasn't for the 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗍, his two problem children would have been in the classroom right now and goofing off with each other. 𝗵𝗃𝗍, right, it is lunch right now. Why don't we cancel classes right and end early today? Izawa, you seem tired. Izawa gritted his teeth and agreed to cancel class for the whole school for the week. Izawa, did you request to cancel the missions from the 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗍? 𝗵𝗃𝗍, yes I did. Izawa, rest assured that no students of ours are going to mission from them as of this moment. Izawa, good. He walked out of the room and jumped out of the window to visit the boy's family and to apologize to them for sending them out on a dangerous mission. Izawa teared up for his students. Line break, Izuku was putting on a jacket because it was raining and walked outside of his hotel to go do what he had promised Tamaki before he died. The ride to where he needed to go wasn't that far. Izuku made it when his body was being put to rest with a family of 5 crying harshly for him. Izuku finally walked up when the women's kids went to go see their other family members and he was standing beside her while she cried for her son. Izuku, hey, are you Mikoto Amajiki? Mikoto, yes, why do you ask? Izuku, well, Tamaki was my friend for quite some time and when he told me he would die any time for being a hero, I promised that I would help out his family, so here you go, ma'am. Izuku handed her a paper and was shocked by what was on the paper. She was about to refuse it until Izuku said otherwise. Izuku, just take it. A week passed since he had given Tamaki's family a large sum of money to keep them going for years. Izuku was at a coffee shop enjoying his peace when, Big brother, is that you? He heard a little girl's voice behind him, and Eri was standing there with a happy face that her big brother Toji was here. Eri, big brother, it's me. Eri, remember? Izuku, hi Eri, yeah, I remember you crying on my legs. So what do you want? Eri, well, I just saw and ran to you when I did. Izuku, try not to say my name around anyone, alright? Can't have someone coming here to fight me for what I did, you know. Eri, okay, she said with a cute smile that reminded him of his wife, and he was thinking more about his wife recently in the past months, which was bugging him that he was. Eri, hello. Bitbro, I asked if you could show me Megumi again, please. Izuku sighed and paid for his drink along with a small tip for the cashier and brought Eri to a forest to show her Megumi, but when he brought out Megumi and his phone rang. Izuku, here, play with him until I'm done with this phone call. He picked it up to hear AFO start to speak. AFO, young Fushiguro, I wish to speak to you this following week if that is possible. Toji, you handle that rat problem yet because I ain't trying to get ratted out from being with your child's league. FO, that is what I wish to talk to you about this coming Saturday if you're willing to help this old man. Toji, sigh, fine, I'll be there Saturday. FO, thank you young Fushiguro, have a good day. Izuku hung up the phone to see Eri holding the soul-split katana. Izuku just sighed when she fell with Megumi still on her shoulders laughing. Izuku, well, it's getting dark. Eri, let's go. Eri, okay. He picked up the cursed spirit and it shrunk for him to swallow. Eri was holding Izuku's hand while she took to him where she lived and saw his other uncle walking out the door looking worried along with his annoying wife Emi. Izawa, Eri, is that you? He walked up to the little girl worried for her. Eri, it's alright big brother. Toji, she looked behind her and saw her big brother gone when he was just standing there a second ago. She was with that Toji guy Tsukachi told me about. Izawa, sai, come Eri, it's come for dinner. Eri, okay. Line break, Toji walked out of the warp gate to see All for One on his chair talking to a fat-looking doctor on a screen. FO, sorry Garaki, I have business to attend to, we will talk about this when I'm done. Young Fushiguro, what a pleasure that you are here now. Before I carry on with Traitor, the doctor wishes to know how the small Nomu were for you. Toji, they came in handy and they did what I wanted them to do. FO, that is nice to hear, but now on to our little problem at hand. The Traitor seems to be one of the members of the League of Villains. 𝗳𝗲𝗿 heard Toji grumble at the info but carried on. 𝗳𝗲𝗿, now young Fushiguro, I want you to be the one to get rid of my problem if you may. Toji, you want me to do this for you because? 𝗳𝗲𝗿, because I had saved you from being captured, so you will do this for me. Toji, fine, so who is this traitor then huh? 𝗳𝗲𝗿, the traitor is, line break. Toji walked into the bar while everyone was doing their own thing and they all looked at him while he sat down on the stool when 𝗬𝗧𝗏 walked up to him. 𝗬𝗧𝗏, Mr. Fushiguro, what's wrong? Toji, get me a drink. 𝗬𝗧𝗏, right away Mr. Fushiguro. 𝗵𝗲𝗏 walked to him with a face full of anger. 𝗵𝗏𝗏, what are you doing here Toji? Toji, your sensei convinced me to be a part of your little league. 𝗵𝗏𝗏 looked shocked but was happy that his sensei had convinced another person to join his cause for destruction. 𝗬𝗧𝗏, here you go Mr. Fushiguro. Toji, thanks. 𝗵𝗏𝗏, well that is good, now our rep will rise to the roof with you here Toji Fushiguro, and that's a bonus perk with you here now, but what's your quirk? Toji, I'm strong, fast, and all 5 of my senses are set to the max. 𝗵𝗏𝗏, boring. But no matter, as long as you do your part the league welcomes you. Toji, thanks, he said while scanning all of the league members. Toji got up to leave the place since he introduced himself to 𝗵𝗏𝗏 again like 𝗳𝗏𝗿 wanted. Just a few more months until the UA exams start until I can go for that job, now just gotta weed out this problem in the league and I'll be paid.